and free. For more information, call 352-687-8895.
If you find an animal or a bird that needs help, call Animus Foundation at 352-843-6379. They will come and get the animal if you can't take it to them. High school students and those with court-ordered community service can earn required hours in this rewarding environment. And veterans who share a bond with animals and parents who have been through mental or physical trauma are especially welcomed. Families, clubs, and tourists can arrange for tours of Animus without driving for hours or miles. Consider volunteering. Animus needs you.
It's time for Marion County High School football. Tonight's game. Trinity Catholic Celtics versus the Bellevue Rattlers. Your game hosts for tonight, Galen Unold and Chris Lopez. Let's go.
And good evening and welcome to Bellevue, Florida. Tonight's going to be a great matchup. I'm Galen Unold and I'm joined with Chris Lopez. And you are listening to Trinity Catholic football right here on WOCA, The Source. It's a beautiful night. The rain is come and gone. And today we have a battle between two county teams that haven't played each other in years. And Chris, today is going to be about one thing: size and outside skill positions, or the skill positions for Trinity and the size of Bellevue. Which one can impose their will is going to decide the fate of this game.
Oh, man, it's going to look good. They have both great teams. Last year it was definitely the Rattlers that had a better score record. I hope to see a great team today because it looks like Trinity has some new team members on their team and squad. But, however, the Bellevue High School team has a great offensive line that seems to dominate over the Trinity Celtics offensive line. Honestly, what do you think?
Yeah, and that's what it's going to come down to, is whether that's the offensive line from Bellevue, which averages right at 300 pounds, and just to kind of let you know that the centerpiece of this entire offense that the Bellevue Rattlers run, which is the spread, and we're going to talk to both coaches in the locker room here in a little bit, and it's all led by their left tackle, and that's Michael Tarquin. This kid's a junior, 6'5", 290, and he is wanted by every major school in the country. We're talking Clemson, national champions, LSU, Michigan, FSU, Florida, and Ohio State, and including Florida State. This kid is something special, and the question becomes, how does Trinity handle the Bellevue offensive line? And Trinity's got that very interesting defense, and Coach Sturdivant will talk about that in detail. But it's a three-man front, and then they have these two backers that can just fill the hole.
Definitely, man. And it's going to be interesting. If as long as the offensive line on the Bellevue team gives the quarterback enough time in the pocket, I can imagine with that spread offense that they will definitely score.
Yeah, in order for Trinity to compete here, they've got to make some of their explosion plays, their splash plays, if you will. Those big games, where they get 40 yards, 50 yards at a height. Last week in their jamboree, they opened up with a halfback toss that went for a touchdown in the pouring rain at Trinity. And I don't expect anything less today. Both teams don't have a lot to lose. They play in two different districts in completely different regions. Trinity Catholic plays in the smallest league, which is 3A, Region 3, and the way they changed the playoff system we're going to talk about a little bit at halftime. And then Bellevue plays in a much easier district. It's 5A District 6. And it's going to be interesting to see how these teams finish the season. But right now on the plate is a great test for both teams. And I'm excited to see this Trinity offense. And, Chris, this veer option hasn't been run in Marion County that I can recall in 30 years when Jim Simmons and the Forest Wildcats ran it. And with Tony McCall, and almost won the whole thing until Emmett Smith ran for over 200 yards against them up in Pensacola. So, talk about the veer and what that's going to do to the Bellevue defense.
Oh, man, it's definitely going to penetrate them. It's going to be interesting. Hopefully the quarterback can make some plays and the running back as well. And then basically all they got to do is the offensive line just hold tight on that defensive line and make sure that they don't come through. So that way the quarterback stay in the pocket, look for the open man, and hopefully go all the way down to the touchdown.
Yeah, you mentioned the quarterback, and right now there's, Trinity's got a young guy coming back, and King Red, and number 17, he's a junior. But be shocked. Little birdie may have told me that, don't be shocked if Okan gets some serious reps tonight early, because Coach Sturdivant talks about competition. He wants competition at every possible position, and I expect that to happen tonight. On the Bellevue side, their quarterback is rock solid, absolutely rock solid. Junior Corey Welshert, a guy who's played in this offense, 6'2", 195, solid guy, runs that spread offense extremely well. If you're not familiar with the spread, that's the new toy in everybody's cabinet. That's what you're seeing most colleges run. Whereas the Deer is a throwback to the great Nebraska days, back when, Frazier was a quarterback for the Cornhuskers and was winning all those national championships. He was running the Deer. And Coach Sturdivant talks about how Carson Newman runs it now very effectively, and they went to the camp. But that's what you're going to see tonight. And what I want to do is we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back and hear both coaches talk about tonight's game. You are listening to Trinity Catholic Football right here on WOCA, The Source.
Until you go into Automax, Marion County's #1 pre-owned dealer for over 15 years, and see their upfront pricing and how Automax puts their low outlet price, along with the Carfax and complete vehicle information on the window of every single vehicle. Then, and only then, can you take advantage of great finance offers, like rates from 2% with 0 down, and no payments for 90 days with loan approval. View all these great prices and vehicles on the corner of 17th and Easy Street. Automax, quality cars, outlet prices.
Hey, this is Matt Wilkerson from Verizon. You work all day, right? So why would you want to spend your night out shopping for that new phone? Well, Marion County, let me and Verizon help you out. I can deliver to your home or office, saving you precious time. Phone, tablets, internet, home phones, even accessories. Whatever you need, we will deliver free of charge. Call me at the store, 352-528-0020. That's 528-0020.
Whether you're just starting out in your career or ready to make a change, being a commercial pilot is within your reach. The FAA has predicted that in the next few years, the number of planes in the sky will double, and that means a lot more jobs in aviation. Ocala Aviation has teamed up with an accredited university, enabling you to get a college degree in aviation while training to be a commercial pilot. And with options like financial aid, grants, and scholarships, it's never been a better time to get your new career in aviation started today. For more information, call me at Ocala Aviation, 352-861-7484.
This is Galen Udall, and I'm with Coach Sturdivant, getting ready for the game against Bellevue tonight, the season opener for Trinity Catholic football. Coach, what are your thoughts? How are you feeling going into the game?
Well, of course, we're excited for it to be the first week of the season. Kids finally play a full game. I expect us to do very well tonight. I think our kids are prepared. I think we've had one of the best morning practices we've had since I've been here. I think it's been extremely hot the last couple of days, but I felt our kids have been in very good shape. Everybody has to play both ways, so I think we're going to have a huge advantage in us being in pretty dang good shape. And the fact that it's been hot, we've been pushing through it, and we've been practicing well, and we've gotten better every practice. And over the last 3 weeks, 2 scrimmages leading up to this game, we made a ton of corrections to the mistakes we made, and if these kids have learned to correct them, they would be pretty good tonight.
Yeah, it's interesting you talk about your schedule this week, and the eclipse threw you off. You had to have a 6 a.m. practice on Monday.
Yeah, so we've had 2 6 a.m. practices this week. We had a 6 a.m. practice on Monday, and then yesterday I get Thursdays in the morning, so we morning walkthroughs.
Yeah.
That way they can have the rest of the day to get some things done. So, yeah, that morning practice was tough, especially because you have to redo your schedule and for parents and families. But I think in the end we had a lot of fun to get to come out and the sun's rising and have practice. So.
It's a little cooler in the morning and then finishes hot.
If I could practice every morning at 6, I'd do it. I really would. It's way nicer on us coaches, on our bodies. And then we also get to spend time with our families when it's over. So hopefully one day we'll be able to practice in the morning.
Well, that's great. Well, this game really comes down to their line against your skill positions in a lot of ways, but you feel that your veer option is going to really be able to make some splash plays against this team.
I do. It's meant to be an explosive offense. You're optioning 2 of them, so they're playing with 9 versus your 11.
Sure.
The quarterback's a huge running threat. So mathematically it plays out. They have to remain balanced. If they don't remain balanced, then we have a huge edge. So that's what we're looking for. So, and it comes down to execution. This offense is about repetition and execution. So imagine what happens over time. Right now we're at since we started this end of spring, we're at maybe 15,000 reps. What we look like 8 weeks from now at 30,000 reps.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's why I think tonight it's going to be the first time we're really pushing our offense and running triple. Where we've been the last couple of weeks just running dive left and right. We're really executing the triple, executing our play action game. It's going to set some people loose because we have to force them into man-to-man coverage. And we have a couple receivers on the outside that no one knows about that I think is going to come out tonight.
Well, it's kind of interesting. You talked about your quarterback and King. This is his second year in this system at the varsity level, just a junior. The sky's the limit for this guy, talent-wise.
It is. And we also want to have some competition, too.
Yeah.
Just because we never want to be put in a situation where you have a high school kid that doesn't have someone breathing down their neck. And when you're at a small school, it can be like that. And so we also have another kid named A.J. Ocon, and we have a freshman named T.J. Snowden. We're going to have pushing King as well. And so you might see AJ out there getting a bunch of reps as well. We're not doing that because King's done anything wrong. We're doing that because we want to develop competition.
Yeah.
And certain kids do certain things different in the option game. But King's been done extremely well as far as leadership and working his butt off this offseason. He looks the part. I mean, he's got some muscles on him. He's gotten stronger. He's gotten faster. And over the last couple days, he's gotten extremely quicker at making his read keys.
Yeah.
This would be the most fun you ever have running an offense. I'm telling you, it is full speed go, and it's a quick read and go. So I think we're going to see some great things out of King tonight. I think we'll also see some great things out of AJ Ocon. And then I think our offensive line, because they're mine, and I think our offensive line, but at the end of the day, is who everybody's going to be talking about.
All right.
I'm excited about that.
You talk about the Veer. We haven't had a Veer-run offense in Marion County since Jim Simmons' days back at Forest High School, back in their glory days when I went there. Talk about the Veer and what it can do. You talked about how you're going to get that 11-on-9.
Yep.
But what you're really trying to do is put your best player in the ball, in space, one-on-one.
Right. So here's the theory, and if any parents are listening, or why if you see whether running the ball or play, that's not the truth. The team that's won 159 games in a row in the South.
Yeah.
They're a split back Veer team. Naples down in Florida is a split back Veer team. They're always in the playoffs, always making a run. And then Carson Newman in college is ripping off 60 points per game, and no one's been able to stop him for 30 years.
Yeah.
So our thought process is everybody's playing the spread offense, or they're in pistol, and you see it every week. Well, how do I get a competitive advantage playing the schedule we're playing, and that we don't ever know who's going to be here at a private school, and it's not like we have this Pop Warner or a youth league that's pushing up. We know which kids we're going to have. So we sat together as a staff and we studied it it's been 2 years now. I've always been a big fan of the option, and we said, all right, what's the most effective way to create a high school offense? And we looked at Georgia Tech, we looked at the old Nebraska I, and then we looked at the split back Veer. Here's the thing, the people that used to know how to stop the split back Veer are retired.
Sure.
So every defense coordinator has got a sleeker, smaller defense, and they're playing against the spread. Who knows how to stop the dive now?
Yeah.
And you have to change your defense week to week. You have to practice. You can't get enough defensive reps to stop what we're trying to do each week. So that's what we're trying to create an advantage where every week you have to face somebody else, and then when you face us, it's right? That's what we're trying to develop. What we're doing is we're taking your best player normally in high school is your defensive end.
Sure.
And then your most athletic guys normally your outside linebacker. We're re-keying the dive off your end and then pitching off your outside backer. Now, if either one of those guys makes a mistake, our running back is creased, and we have angles on everybody, plus we have numbers. Because if we take our quarterback and 2 running backs and go right with our tight end, two non-linemen, and our receiver, now we're putting 7 guys on the right side of the ball compared to your 5.
Right.
And we're optioning 2 of them.
And you're one-on-one with a corner.
Right. So then everybody talks about the spread, kind of how do we get our guys one-on-one coverage, or we can get this receiver the ball. Well, we're demanding one-on-one coverage right now.
Yeah.
So our receivers are going to be in great situations where they can run true routes, knowing they're playing man, And if our run game's going, it sets up the play action. Out of the split back veer as well, it's all that is the West Coast. We're running 49ers. We got the whole passing game there. We just haven't shown it because we want to run the ball first. You have to determine what you want to be. And of course, with the split back here, we want to be able to get the ball into their athletes' hands. We have 5 guys who can carry the ball on offense. Robert Rim is a heck of an athlete. How do we get on the ball as many times as we can? Let's start with the dive. Start with pitches. Yeah, that's a great way. That's just taking away the bubble and the tunnel screen if he was at receiver, but getting it to him now.
Yeah.
Corey King, Tony Bruton, find ways to get them the ball. Last year, we'd have to run screens or pitches or try to run power. Now we can get it to them, and they're in a full speed sprinter stance right now.
Sure.
So it is a tough offense because the learning curve is so big to try to teach all your players, but it really becomes about reps, and that's what we're trying to do is get better each week. And I think over time, this offense, like I said, it's not a 3-3-4 offense. It's a 30-30 touchdown offense, and we want it to be. It's an explosive offense. I love it. I've always been a proponent of the option. I love the old Nebraska eye. I feel like after watching Carson Newman, and we went up there, took our linemen to camp.
Yeah.
I took our quarterback to camp up there, and after listening to their coaches and seeing it, I think it's the coolest offense around, and no one knows how to run it. No one knows how to defend it. So it looks like it's new to everybody else, but man, all we're doing is taking what they used to do 30 years ago and making it relevant now. And I think that's how the curve has kind of been, especially in college football. Looking at what New Mexico's running, having most rushing yards per game. You look at the RPO for all these college teams. RPO is the biggest thing out there.
Yeah.
And for us, to me, every play is an RPO for us.
Well, you talked a lot about the offense. I love the passion that you're bringing to the veer. It's a fun offense to watch, but let's go to the other side of the ball.
Yeah.
Talk about that defense, because that defense is going to cause problems for the other offense just because of your formation. 3 down linemen, and then you have those 2 backs, those linebackers that can do just about anything.
Same thing. We had to study what can be the best, most lethal defense. And I have no patch. If you look down there on my bottom shelf, that's all thoughts to get to this point.
Yeah.
And what I wanted to do is make the simplest high school defense possible. When you watch it ain't simple. To an offense, it looks like we do 500 different things, and that's what we want. We want them to keep thinking that. But what we've done is it's based out of a 3-man front, but it can morph into anything that we decide. And it's a formationally adjust defense. So we have simple tags, the kids can play fast, and basically what it does, we limit what each kid has to know, and then we perfect it technically. And that's really, to me, what defense is all about. At the end of the day, it's who can block and who can tackle, or who can get off blocks and make tackles. So that's what most of our practice is, tackling and getting lined up correctly, and then technique. We don't do much team. I mean, we really, if we just focus on, these are all Belleview's plays, this is what they do, our kids' heads would be spinning. We're going to show these are their top plays, but more, here's the technique to stop them. And I think that's what we've done without giving away, here's what we want on defense. Yeah, it's a three-man front. I called it 3-2-1-5. It's 3 down linemen. You got pretty much two buck backers. You have 1 guy that's the main adjuster, and then you got your 5 DBs.
Yeah.
I think for us, it makes it so we don't have to wait on a certain kid to show up so we can run a 4-man front. We're gonna, whatever we got, whatever's here, we can fit them in because everybody can play. We have safeties that are now playing nose tackle for us.
Wow.
And we have linebackers playing in, and I think that gives us a huge advantage for most teams that are going to be in the spread. It's like you're going to have to face. We can put up to 11 athletes on the field.
Yeah.
Or before, if you're in the standard under front, over front, I got 40 linemen, big old boys, 3 big linebackers, and then 4 skill guys. I can put any of that combination together now, and I think that's been the cool part behind the defense.
Well, it's going to be an awesome season. WOCA is proud to go with you every step of the way, and good luck tonight. You're listening to Trinity Catholic Football on WOCA, The Source.
Hi, this is Jeff Foxworthy, and there are plenty of ways to tell how you might be a redneck. For instance, if your truck is bigger than the Bloodmobile, but your house isn't, you might be a redneck. But if you have a heart as big as a bloodmobile, you might just be a life-saving blood donor. Seriously, I am a Life South blood donor, and I encourage you to give blood too. Patients in our community rely on Life South blood to save their lives. Call 888-795-2707 or visit www.lifesouth.org for donor center and blood drive information. Remember, the life you save might be a redneck you're related to. Thanks.
All right, this is Galen Unold, and you're listening to Trinity Catholic Football on WOCA The Source, and I'm joined now by the head coach for the Belleview Rattlers, Mike Kelly. Mike, we were talking beforehand about the history of football in Marion County. What does that mean to you as a second-generation head coach?
Oh, it means a lot. It's something that, if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't have the love for football and being in the locker room going up and, being around all my life. It's made me for who I am today through all of that.
And I think that's why you scheduled this game against a county school. It's private, but you put them on the schedule just for that. It's great for the fans. Hopefully you'll have a big gate.
Oh, yeah.
But I think it's just great for the area.
Yeah, exactly. We talked earlier about we got to get community back at Marion County football going against each other. I think this will be a big one. It'll be entertaining for both teams, the fans, the county. We started to start the year off big with, and hope we get the steam rolling from there.
And not only that, not only from the inner county, but we also have two real difference in philosophies. You're big. You're one of the biggest lines in the state, if you look at it. And they're one of the smallest lines in the state, size-wise. This is going to be a personality conflict up front, whole philosophy issue. What do you think about your big line against their skill positions and the way they're going to run the veer, which we haven't seen in 30 years?
Yeah, it's going to be a challenge for us for sure defensively. We're a very big physical group up front, but with the veer and triple option, it's not about being physical. It's about making the right reads, getting people out of alignment and out of assignment there. So that's going to be a challenge for us, is just playing good disciplined football defensively. Offensively, we've got to rely on those bigs to kind of be the workhorses.
Mm-hmm.
We got to get behind them, get the run game going early, and hit that early and often, and kind of build some steam that way, loosen up the box, and then be able to chunk it around and use those skill weapons that we have.
Yeah, especially since your quarterback was a little banged up, but you said that he's 100% today. That shouldn't be a problem. That's good.
Yeah, we're looking forward, Corey, to get back out there.
Yeah.
We had a good week of practice. Took a good hit last week, but bounced back, ready to go. I think across the board, we're ready to go play someone other than somebody who's got a silver and blue helmet on.
Yeah.
It's just the grind of camp's over. Now it's time to get paid.
Well, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited about it. Thank you for doing this matchup. First of all, inter-county rivalry. Can't wait just to see that meld of personality.
Yeah.
So we'll see which wins, big football or that whole I'm going to gimmick you with the veer.
Right.
We haven't seen the veer in this county since Jim Simmons.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's a great offense. I think it's a scheme that fits them very well. I know Coach Sturman, being a defensive guy, he likes that because now you're kind of taking some things away from the defense, and he knows how that kind of works there. But it's a good deal, and hope it works out for him just tonight.
Were you able to? Did your dad ever face the veer at North Marion? He had to have, right?
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure he's seen it a bunch, and we've talked a little bit about it. And I saw it all those years I was at Georgia with Georgia Tech getting it. So we've seen it enough, and we've done our research on it. So we should see how it fares out tonight for us for sure.
Well, the best of luck. I'm really looking forward to the game. Good luck.
Appreciate everything.
Thank you.
All right, and we are back live right here at Belleview High School. The Rattlers are about to kick it off to the Celtics. They won the toss and are deferring possession to the second half. And it's received right there by Trinity Catholic at the 20. He breaks to the right side. He's got a hole. He's all the way up into the 50. He's over midfield. And he's finally pushed out of bounds right there at the 35-yard line. Have an opening run there for the Trinity Catholic Celtics. Robert Rim, the senior. This guy can make special plays, Chris.
Yes, he did. He actually just got him down before he had to go to the end zone.
Now, Rim, he's got some talent in his gene pool. His uncle played in the NFL, played for the Saints and also the Eagles before he had a career-ending injury. He's also one heck of a coach, part of the senior Wolfpack coaching staff. But it's going to be first down. They're going to call him down at the Celtics 47. They're going to work from our right to our left as we face right into the setting sun. So the Celtics come to the line with that split backfield. Red's under center. He fumbles the snap, falls on it. Lucky to keep that one. The first game jitters there.
All right.
It'll be 2nd and 10.5. Not a good opening play there for the Celtic offense. And again, we've talked about this Bellevue front line, and they are big on both sides of the ball. And for the Celtics, that line that they're going to have to beat up on that defensive line is going to be Tibbetts, Wheeler, Peter Brink is the center, Folsom, and Kwiatkowski is the right tackle. Red underneath the center, Red underneath center, options to the right, hands it off to the dive, and it looks like Tony Brute was pulled down after 0 gain. It's going to set up 3rd and 10. All right, and here we go. It's 3rd and 10. Big play here early for the Celtics after that great opening kickoff where they have possession right on their own 49-yard line and have not been able to move the football a single inch. 10:40 left to go here in the first quarter. If you're just joining, it's 0-0. They got twin wide receivers to the left. Split backfield. 2 tight ends. They give it to the dive, and it's Brewer up the middle for a gain of 7. They're going to call it 6.5, and that's going to set up 3rd and a long 4. Decision time here for the Celtics.
That was a good run up the hole.
You go for it here. Early in the game. It's going to be a long 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They send the punter back down. Montez Lee brings in the play, and he comes to the left side. And it's going to be 2 wide receivers to the left side. Jordan Lewis, split backfield, 2 tight ends set. Quarterback under the keeper, and he runs ahead, and he's going to be right at the stick. This is all dependent on the mark, and he did not get a good spot. The defense of Bellevue is held, and that's a 4-yard short. Not the greatest spot in the world for the Celtics. But Bellevue holds. So an early turnover on downs here at the 9:28 mark of the first quarter.
Looks like the defensive lineman from the Bellevue pays off.
Yeah, it was 4. They needed 4.5, and they got 3.5. I guess they're going to come out and measure this. I guess it's closer than it looks, but we're right here dead on at the 50, and it looks short from our angle. But they're going to stretch those chains as tight as they can get. All right, big decision here after that 4th down. Go for it. Coach Sturdivant is going to put all his eggs in his basket. It's a little short, a full half-yard short. So the Bellevue Rattlers hold, and now we get the matchup that we've been looking for. This very interesting Celtics defense with that 3-man front and those 2 backers. Coach Sturdivant, being the defensive coordinator, is extremely excited about. This defense was great last year. For a team that couldn't move the football, they were great. They're going against one of the largest offensive lines in the area, if not the entire state. Led by Michael Tarquin, the left tackle, number 70. You'll be hearing about him all night, 6'5", 290. Just a junior. He's still got growing to do. Bellevue's working from our left to our right with 4 wideouts, so they're thrown back, and he's hitting the backfield. But he turns his feet up and gains 3 yards, and that's Zion Kate. He's their lead carrier.
Tackle by number 51. He can tackle him. He was a good tackle.
That's going to set up 2nd and 7 for the Rattlers. They come to the lines. Again, 4 wide receivers, 3 to the bottom half on the right side. Lone tailback is Zion King. Shotgun, and they blitz. They come right up the middle, and they get penetration in the Celtics in the backfield for a loss of a good 5 yards there. That's going to set up 3rd and 15.
Tackle by Christian Torres, number 9. What a beautiful tackle for the loss.
Loss of 8 on the play, and that's going to set up 3rd and 13. Again, defense is setting the tone. They really, the Jordan Lewis, who you're going to hear a lot, plays that middle back. He could do pretty much whatever he wants. He shot the hole and made a great open field tackle in the backfield and blew it up. Shotgun formation. Throw back behind him in the pistol is Zion King.
Looks like a little blitz.
And he comes to the line. He's looking deep. He doesn't have anybody open. Now he fires a long post pattern across the middle. Almost picked off there by Trinity Catholic, and that was Corey King on the coverage. He was covered the whole way. Not a great ball. He had him open up if he threw it underneath him, but he went deep. Corey King with a heck of a play. And now we got 4th and 15. This is still 4th and 13. But now it's interesting. The kicking game for Bellevue is a huge question mark. It was so bad. They had open tryouts for the entire student body this week, and they had 20-something people come out, and they chose a few. And so next week, hopefully, the problem is solved. Back deep is Rim, and the punt is away, and he comes up. Oh, check that. That's Brewer. He catches the bounce at the 20. He heads to the left side looking for a block. Got a man to beat. Gets to the 30. And he's run into a mass of Rattlers. And he's kicking outside down right there. And that was Corey King. I confused the deuces from up here. You just see the deuce. And you don't know if it's 2 deuces or just 1 deuce. So deuces are wild in the backfield for Trinity Catholic tonight. And that's going to set up 1st and 10 for Trinity Catholic from their own 40-yard line. Again, the field position battle early on has been won by Trinity Catholic. And so what we have going on is good field position, good defensive stance by both teams. But let's see what the Celtics can do on their second option. Up quarterback change. Coach kind of told me this was going to happen today. A.J. Akan is underneath the center, a junior. He's going to get to the belly dive up to Tony Bruton, and he's met right at the line of scrimmage. They're going to give him a half yard. That's going to set up a long 2nd and 9.
What a beautiful defensive stop by the D-line.
The D-line, again, is just big. When you look at their size, right there playing that right guard for Bellevue was Travis Rimbert, and he just filled the hole, and they're so much bigger. When you look at, talking about Rimbert, this is a guy who's 6, there's no way that kid's 6'2", but he's listed at 275. Underneath the center for Akan, he gives the belly dive up the middle, and again, that's Tony Bruton for a gain of 5. And again, the Celtics will take that kind of a gain all night. So that's going to set up 3rd and 5. And here we go. Now we've got 3rd and 5. And again, big play here. We haven't seen him, the quarterback, either Okan or Reed, kind of pull that back and option it out. They've just given him that belly dive, and that's the key to this offense. You have to make them play the inside part. 2 wide receivers to the right side, and that's Wren. Split backfield. Oh, little spin around, and they give it to right there to Tony Bruton, and he turns ahead, and he's right at the 1st down marker. It depends on the spot, and it looks like it's going to be 1st down.
Shannon with a nice tackle to the linebacker senior.
It'll be
good play.
1st and 10 right at the Bellevue half of the 50-yard line. 6 minutes and 11 seconds left to go in the 1st quarter. And we have got our first water break. And so we, too, are going to have a water break here. You are listening to Trinity Catholic Football on WOCA, The Source.
#1 pre-owned dealer for over 15 years. You won't take the new car depreciation because Automax saves you thousands on late model vehicles. Browse the inventory online at automaxocala.com. Then come down to see the great vehicles and upfront pricing in person. Compare up to 60 models inside the climate control showroom. So take your time. No high pressure, no gimmicks, no games. On the corner of 17th and Easy Street. Automax. Quality cars, outlet prices.
Hey, this is Matt Wilkerson from Verizon. You work all day, right? So why would you want to spend your night out shopping for that new phone? Well, Marion County, let me and Verizon help you out. I can deliver to your home or office, saving you precious time. Phone, tablets, internet, home phones, even accessories. Whatever you need, we will deliver free of charge. Call me at the store, 352-528-0020. That's 528-0020.
Whether you're just starting out in your career or ready to make a change, being a commercial pilot is within your reach. The FAA has predicted that in the next few years, the number of planes in the sky will double, and that means a lot more jobs in aviation. Ocala Aviation has teamed up with an accredited university, enabling you to get a college degree in aviation while training to be a commercial pilot. And with options like financial aid, grants, and scholarships, it's never been a better time to get your new career in aviation started today. For more information, call me at Ocala Aviation, 352-861-7484.
Hi.
And welcome back to Belleview High School with the Trinity Catholic football, brought to you by Automax on the corner of 17th and Easy Street. Quality cars and outlet prices. And that's a fumble, and as we come back, it was second down and 10, and the Celtics Brewer got the ball, and he just fumbled, and it's a turnover right there at midfield. It's going to be Bellevue football. First mistake goes to the Celtics. First and 10, Bellevue from their side of the 50.
That was just a phenomenal play by Cal K with a nice fumble.
Again, welcome back. 5:15 left to go in the first quarter. And the ball stays right here in the middle of the field the entire time. Good field position again for Bellevue. Both teams have been inside, or right there inside the other team's 40 as close as. So here we go. First and 10. They're in that spread formation. Man in motion in the left tackle. The much heralded left tackle jumped off sides. He was excited about hitting that linebacker.
Just a little too excited.
And Tarquin jumped off sides. It'll be first and 15. And again, I want to thank Verizon Wireless today for allowing us this broadcast. Without their help, we would not be on the air. Thank you very much, Matt Wilkerson. He is an authorized retailer, and he comes to you anywhere in Marion County. Door-to-door service. First and 15 now for the Rattlers. Shotgun formation by Welsher. He hands it to Zion King, and he's pulled down right at the line of scrimmage. That's going to be second and 15, and 2 flags come out. 3 flags come out. There's flags from everywhere. There was a lot of extracurricular activity. Dead ball, personal foul, late hit. Bellevue Rattlers. Apparently the Rattlers were not happy about something and took a cheap shot. That's going to set up second down and 30. Big mistake there by the Bellevue Rattlers, losing their cool. I don't know who that penalty was on. But again, big mistake there, Chris.
Yeah, definitely. I believe it was the Rattlers on the hold right there.
Wasn't a hold, it was a unsportsmanlike conduct. And again, that moved the ball from the 50 all the way back to the 30 after the loss of after the penalty and the loss on the previous play. The Rattlers come to the line right at the 30-yard line. They have trips right. Well, now they run so many guys up. Now they have a 2-back set. No tight end for the Rattlers, which is unfortunate. That's why my son won't go to Bellevue. Pistol formation, twin back. They give it to the up man. Oh, they fake it to the up man. They pitch it to the left side, and he's got a hole. Picks up a block, comes all the way out to the 45, but it's still going to be 15 yards shy of the first down. It'll be 4th and 14 for the Rattlers, and they're going to have to punt again.
And Christian Torres with a nice stop before he got all the way down to the end zone.
Big play here. It looks like the Rattlers are going to keep their offense on the field. Again, we talked earlier about the kicking game issues that this team has. Right at they're going to have it 4th and 15 from their own 45. Oh, another personal foul. Dead ball all on both sides, so it's offsetting. Again, you're going to see some of this because these kids have played together forever. If you're thinking about it, these kids played together at MCYFL. They played together in their Pop Warner, and this is youth night tonight. And so these two schools are literally 15 minutes away from one another. These are neighbors. This is a nice little county rivalry. And as I talked about in the pregame with both coaches, I am glad we're playing in county. I think it's an amazing thing to do, and I wish more teams would play inside the county. Again, 4th and 15. Now I think they've decided to punt, and Welsher is also their punter. So look for a potential fake. The lone man back is one of those deuces, and that, of course, is Corey King is back deep. He's sitting right about his own 23, waiting for the football as Wilshire kicks it from his own 32. And there's the snap. It's a good one. It gets off. Celtics come after it. Not a great kick at all.
Not at all.
Lands right there at the 36-yard line of the Celtics. It'll be 1st and 10 Celtics with 4:12 left to go in the first quarter.
And hopefully they do a better play, because the last play of offense was not too well. It just pretty much got stopped at the 50. And hopefully they end up going a little further than that.
Yeah, you don't ever want an end of possession on a fumble, which is what they did last time. And so here we go. It's 1st and 10. Both offenses have been bogged down by mistakes, personal fouls, fumbles, just not executing early on in the season. And Coach Sturdivant, in the pregame interview, talked about how the sky is the limit for this offense once they really get some rest. 2 wideouts to the left side, no tight end to the right side, They pitch it to Corey King, and he gains another 1.5 yards before he's brought down. And did I see a flag come in late? No, I did not. There was a football in the background.
Man, that was a nice little defensive play. And hopefully the Bellevue and Celtics can gain a little bit more yards than just a 1-yard gain.
2nd and 9, and Okan is the quarterback in for the Celtics. Again, I'm kind of shocked by that. King Red was the starter all last year, and I guess Coach Sturdivant was honest about his assessment of how he wanted competition. So the Celtics are 2 wide receivers to the left side, 1 tight end, strong side to the right. And they're going to give it to the dive, and he's met right at the line of scrimmage is Corey King. No gain on the play.
That was a beautiful defensive play by the defensive end.
Whoever number 50 is, he's making plays.
Yes, he is.
If we could figure out who number 50 is, that would be awesome. Who's number 50? Devontae Jones making some plays. He needs to fix his number. So, thank you. That's the advantage of being in the press box with one of the Bellevue coaches right next to you. We now know who's making all the plays and giving Chris over here a headache. 2:50 left to go. 3rd and 7 for the Celtics as they travel to the right on your radio dial. 2 receivers up top. Okan underneath the center. They set. They call a flag, and I think that's going to be a delay of game. That play took a long time just to get in. It is a delay of game. It'll be a 5-yard penalty, and that'll set up 3rd and 13, I guess. 3rd and, boy, that's a big yard. 3rd and 14.
Looking like a rough start for the Celtics here.
Again, a lot of mental mistakes. They're just not clicking yet, not firing all cylinders. But also give a lot of credit to this Bellevue defense.
Definitely. They're intensing up their game here.
All right, again, same formation. Looks like Okan is making an audible. Here's the set. He drops back, pump fakes, throws the ball deep, up. And it's picked right there by the Rattlers. Right there at the 44-yard line, and it is an interception. Not a well-thrown ball in any way, shape, or form by Okan. That ball should have been shot like a duck.
Oh, yeah, that was a beautiful play by Patterson with a nice interception right there on the cornerback. I will say, he got up there, man. He really did.
And there was a fight for the ball. That was a 50-50 ball, and there's some argument as Lim is over there on the sideline saying, hey, I had possession of that ball too, but the Rattlers came down with it. He wanted it more. Another turnover by Trinity. That's 2 turnovers. First pass, 1 pass so far by the Celtics, and it results in an interception.
Bellevue defense are surely opening tonight. Pretty strong. Celtics a little bit weak on the offensive plays. They're just minor issues here.
All right, it will be 1st and 10 for the Rattlers on their own 44-yard line. 2:27 left to go in the first quarter. It's been a slow-moving first quarter because of all the penalties and turnovers. And the Celtics are in that three-man set with their backers. Pure I formation this time for the Rattlers. They blitz up the middle. He gets to it. He throws up a duck, and that's to no one in particular. Threw it over, and the closest guy there was Rim, and that'll be second down and 10.
Celtics really brought in the pressure to have that quarterback throw it real fast and had no one to throw it to. Beautiful play by Celtics defense there.
Sure was. We also want to thank Ocala Aviation. They're located, guess where? At the Ocala Airport, where you too can learn to fly. Right, Chris?
Oh, definitely. I recommend it. It's a nice way to spend on the summer, and even just get a nice Christmas gift if you want to just do it for a friend. You can easily fly for one day price.
Because you've been in that school for what?
Oh man, 3 years, 4 years almost, and I can't even imagine anything better. It's a great school, great people there.
All right, so it's 2nd and 11, and they're going to call illegal participation, I believe, on the Rattlers, and that's going to be 2nd and 15 now. Another penalty. Crazy. Lots and lots of mistakes. Now it's lost it down. Yeah, 3rd and 15. Right. Sorry about that. So the Rattlers are going to be in the pistol with Wilshire in the shotgun. And here comes the blitz off the left side. But they pitch it out to the left, and it is run right up the gut down there, but he only gains about 4 yards. And that is going to be Jalen Patterson on the carry.
It's a nice defensive play by Celtics to have that stop before the first down. These two teams are definitely fighting against each other. They have not yet to go past the 50-yard line for some reason.
All right, so now we are going to have 4th and 10, and Wilshire's going to stay in the game to make the punt as Zion King is back to receive it. Another one of those deuces wild. And again, I really want to thank Life South Community Blood Centers for employing me. That's awesome. Thank you, guys. And there's a snap for the punt, and it's up and away. A much better punt.
Hey,
and it goes right out of bounds. Perfect. It's actually caught inbounds right at the 21-yard line. Worst field position of the day for the Celtics. But this is not what I expected. I did not expect this kind of a slog, 1 yard in a cloud of dust today. I did not expect that. This is a little shocking.
Definitely, man. I did not see this one coming at all. And hopefully they get things better.
I do have an update from the Forest Wildcats hosting the Westport Wolfpack. 10-6 Wolfpack. There's a shocker. Didn't see that coming. But I'll tell you what, the quarterback for Westport is special. All right, 1st and 10 from the 21 for the Celtics. And there's the dive again to Brewer, and he's gained for 0 yards. Again, the offensive line has just not been able to move that huge defensive front of the Rattlers.
This defensive lineman on the Bellevue side is just tearing up the offensive line for Celtics. They're just brutally coming in.
And I'll tell you what, the Rattlers are just rotating linemen in left and right, staying fresh.
Yep.
Nobody's had to make a play outside of that defensive line. And, it's been led right there by Tavares Rimbert, and he's led the way in tackles right now for the Rattlers. They come to the line, and there's the veer. Over to the right side is Okan, and Okan is lost for a 3-yard loss. That's going to set up 3rd and 12, and that will probably be the last play of the first quarter. Sluggish first quarter, lots of mistakes, 2 turnovers by the Celtics, lots of penalties by the Rattlers. Both teams need to clean it up, and they're in no rush, so they're going to split the field, and we are going to step aside. You are listening to Trinity Catholic High School football right here on WOCA, The Source.
Until you go into Automax, Marion County's #1 pre-owned dealer for over 15 years, and see their upfront pricing and how Automax puts their low outlet price, along with the Carfax and complete vehicle information on the window of every single vehicle. Then, and only then, can you take advantage of great finance offers, like rates from 2% with 0 down, and no payments for 90 days with loan approval. View all these great prices and vehicles on the corner of 17th and Easy Street. Automax, quality cars, outlet prices.
Hi, this is Jeff Foxworthy, and there are plenty of ways to tell how you might be a redneck. For instance, if your truck is bigger than the Bloodmobile, but your house isn't, you might be a redneck. But if you have a heart as big as a Bloodmobile, you might just be a life-saving blood donor. Seriously, I am a Life South blood donor, and I encourage you to give blood too. Patients in our community rely on Life South blood to save their lives. Call 888-795-2707 or visit www.lifesouth.org for donor center and blood drive information. Remember, the life you save might be a redneck you're related to. Thanks.
Yes. Yeah.
Hey, this is Matt Wilkerson from Verizon. You work all day, right? So why would you want to spend your night out shopping for that new phone? Well, Marion County, let me and Verizon help you out. I can deliver to your home or office, saving you precious time. Phone, tablets, internet, home phones, even accessories. Whatever you need, we will deliver free of charge. Call me at the store, 352-528-0020. That's 528-0020.
And welcome back to Belleview High School, with Trinity Catholic is taking on the Belleview Rattlers. It's 3rd down and 11, and they give it to Corey King for a gain of 1 yard. That's going to set up 4th and 11, and it looks like we're going to get our first punts of the day. The junior Nick Ryan new to Trinity, but he came from Bellevue, so he's comfortable kicking on this field, if that means anything. Young man I coached in flag football, believe it or not. So Nick's got a great leg. Good kid, and looking forward to seeing how successful he can be with this Trinity Catholic team. There's the snap, and there's the kick. Nice spiraling kick, and it's going to be received right there by the Bellevue Rattlers. He makes a move, comes back, there's a flag on the play, cuts back, he's all the way back to his own 35. He's got ahead, he's over to the 50. He's got one man to beat, and that's the punter. And Orion brings him down right at the 40-yard line, but that's going to be a block in the back. But I'll tell you what, Michael Henderson was making moves out there, all for naught as it's coming back.
That was definitely a beautiful play by Michael Henderson. Cut back down to the 35 and brought it all the way down to the 40 on the other side. Just an absolute beautiful run.
All for naught, because it was set up by that block in the back. When you see a guy cut back like that, that means the blockers can't do anything. You're setting them up. But we are 10:55 left to go here in the second quarter. Both teams sluggish, not a lot going on, a lot of penalties. I think this is the 5th penalty of the game for Bellevue, and it shows. And so instead of being 1st and 10 from the Celtics 38, it's going to be 1st and 10 for Bellevue on their own 38. Big switch of the field there.
I definitely, like you said, it was a run for nothing pretty much with that blocking on the back, man. That is a shame. It really is.
Well, it's about time for this Bellevue offensive line to show their mettle. Again, Tibbetts, Wheeler, Peter Brink, Folsom, and Kwiatkowski for the Celtics haven't really gotten it done. But let's see if the Bellevue offensive line of Tarquin, Weatherington, Consider, that's a great name, Hepner, and Jones can do anything. Shotgun formation for Welsher. 3 wide receivers to the top. Celtics may have jumped offside, and they did, and they're going to call it dead. Another mistake. That's going to be 1st and 5 for the Rattlers. The ball moves all the way up to their own 43-yard line.
Looks like the Rattlers are intimidating the Celtics today's game. Have no answer for the defensive offense game here.
Neither offense has had an answer for the defense so far. So yeah. It's been a defensive game, and I'm not surprised. Both of these coaches are from the college level. One coached at Georgia, one coached in Texas. So these are both these coaches have played in big-time programs and coached in big-time programs. Shotgun formation, trick wide receivers to the bottom. They give it to the lone back, fake it, play action pass, and Wilshire hits a wide open number 22, and he drops it. Javon Brooks wants that one back.
I believe he was looking down to the end zone before he even had the ball in his hands.
And he was open.
Yeah, he was. That he was.
He ran that little seam route out of the left side and was open. And now he's screaming. He's like, please Please give me the ball again. Let me get another shot. All right, so it's 2nd and 5. Wilshire is in the shotgun with Zion King behind him. He gives it to King. King runs up the middle over the right side. He's got one man to beat, and he beats him. He's at the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Rattlers! And the Bellevue faithful go crazy.
That was just a beautiful run by him, man. That was actually just a phenomenal run by Heflin all the way down to the end zone. I believe that was a 40-yard touchdown.
Yeah, Zion King, that was special. That's one that's going to go on the highlight reel for big time. But I'll tell you what, Devontae Jones with that right tackle sealed his guy, and there was nothing but daylight.
Definitely, man. He really held down and had that running back Heflin with a clear day to the end zone.
All right, so here we go. Interesting extra point here for the Rattlers. Preston Dameron is the kicker, and there's a flag on the play because we need more flags. Is it too many men on the field? They were counting. He threw a flag, now he's counting again. And I think he's picking up the flag. No flag. All right, I guess we're good. Hey, I can't count either. I'm not going to make fun of anybody who can't count. All right, 6-0 Rattlers, 10:36 left to go in the first half. I guess we're going to have to keep score ourselves. All right, Cameron lines it up as they figure it all out again and reset the clock. And here comes the snap. It's down and up, and it's blocked! And that is a dead ball. And nice play by the Celtics to keep it right there at 6.
Wow, what a beautiful block by Tony Bruton. Just an absolute block.
What an athlete that was. That was one of those where he was stretched fully out and made a great play. So let's get back to the Celtics offense. Celtics need to start moving the football, the dive, that belly dive, that if you're going to run the veer, you have to execute the belly dive. Has just not been very effective. Bellevue, for the first time, got that line to move, and the Celtics got beat. And let's see what kind of adjustments can be made. Plenty of time left to go in the first half for both teams.
And hopefully the Celtics offense actually start throwing the ball better. They're just continuously running, and the Bellevue defensive line is just having an answer for every play that they are doing here so far.
It'll be interesting to see who comes out at quarterback the next series, whether it's Okan or Red. I'm very curious to see what happens here. Dameron for the Rattlers to place the kick. And back deep for the Celtics. And there's a flag on the play for something. Another flag. Lots and lots of penalties. The officials are getting their workout in.
Definitely.
And they're calling all sides on the kick by the Rattlers. That'll push them back. They'll kick it now from the 35 instead of the 40. And that'll give a much better field position for the Celtics. And back deep to receive the ball for the Celtics, I believe is number 6, and that, of course, is Calvin Neal. Here we go. Let's start it all over. 10:36 left to go. 6-0. Rattlers. Well, that scoreboard has seen better days. They need a booster to come in and fix that thing. All right, here comes Dameron. Puts his foot in the ball, set up on the right hash. And he kicks it right down the middle to the right hash, and it's received right at the 20-yard line. And that's Montez Length. He breaks the tackle, gets to the 40, puts his shoulders down, and charging is still going. Oh, but they blow it dead. And that'll be 1st and 10 for the Celtics at the 40-yard line. Again, nice return set up by a less than good kick by the Rattlers, and here we go.
That was definitely a good run by Fairburn, the senior from Celtic High School. Hopefully they do a better play.
So let's see who comes out as a quarterback here for the Celtics. 10:25 left to go in the second quarter. 6-0, the Rattlers lead. If you're just joining us, they did have the extra point block. And so we got Montez Leaf down to the bottom as they're working to the short side. They have 3 receivers. Oh, check that at the tight end. And a wedge block on the right side. 2 backs. They get set. And now King is back in the backfield, and they hand it to Corey King. He gets to the corner, gets to the edge, turns ahead, and is knocked out of bounds after an 8-yard gain.
That was a beautiful tackle by Gilman from the Rattlers senior. He did a great-ass tackle.
All right, Tibbetts with a heck of a block there on the backside. He sealed that edge and made that happen, but I'll tell you what, that couldn't have been possible without the block by Tony Brute. 10:16 left to go in the second quarter. And maybe the Celtics can get a drive together here. Short yardage, second and a long one. 2 wide receivers to the right-hand side. Tight end, strong side to the right as well. Split backfield. Red is the quarterback, and they give it on the dive to Corey King, and he gains a yard, and they're going to put it right at the stick, and it's going to be 3rd down and 6 inches.
The defensive Rattlers, man, they're tearing up the Celtics right now. That offense has no answer for the Rattlers.
I'll tell you what, they're just so big. The guy who's running off the field now is a massive load, and that's Carrington Calke. He's listed at 6'4", 287. And he's just a junior. Oh, I'm sorry, he's a senior. Here we go, 3rd and short. Look for Red to keep it, and he does. He turns over the right side and moves the chain. Big play there for the Celtics. They needed that confidence boost. They needed to keep possession, and they needed to move the ball.
Definitely, and they finally got a 1st down. No more punts here, and hopefully they can go further into the end zone.
All right, let's see if King can make some plays here. He is an extremely athletic kid. He's got great leadership. But at the same time, Coach Sturdivant wants him to realize, hey, you better work hard, son. There's somebody knocking on your door. 2 wide receivers to the bottom side. Tight end to the right side. Celtics get set. There's a tall sweep. Good block in the backfield by Corey King. And then Tony Bruton is brought down for a loss of 4 on the play. That's going to set up 2nd and 14.
That was a beautiful tackle by Lee on the stop right there before he got to the 50.
And again, during the interview we had with Coach Sturdivant, he talked about how he was going to put pressure and put 9 guys. Their 9 guys are going to have to block his 11. That just hasn't happened yet tonight for the Celtics. They have not been able to get any penetration whatsoever from their offensive line, and this Rattlers defensive line has been controlling the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 14. And there's a toss. They run the option. It's put on the deck before it's picked up off of a bounce by Tony Bruton. That could have been disastrous. Instead, it was just bad with a loss of 2. 3rd and 15 now for the Celtics.
I'd definitely rather take a loss of 2 than the complete fumble there.
Whoa, that was a scary play.
That definitely was.
Red was trying to get rid of it and got hit during the pitch. And I'll tell you what, the Rattlers are handling this veer as if they see it week after week after week. And the defensive line is dominating right now. And I'll tell you what, there's some guys who are playing awesome. And I'll tell you what, you can't go very long without mentioning Devontae Jones. That kid is playing one heck of a football game. So here we go, 3rd and 15. Let's see what Sturdivant pulls up. And there's a fake, and he's going to run a slant, and it's dropped. Absolutely dropped by Calvin Neal. He was wide open at the 42 and could have made it to the 1st down. If not, it would have been 4th and short, but instead, it's 4th and 15, and now the punter's got to come out again. And that, of course, is Nick Ryan. Again, Celtics hurting themselves with fumbles, turnovers, penalties, and drop passes.
It was definitely a beautiful coverage by the Rattlers. They had an answer for that play.
All right, here we go. Punting are the Celtics from their side of the 50. 7:23 left to go in the half. Back deep is Michael Henderson for the Rattlers. Ryan gets the kick. Nice booming kick. Now there's a kick, son. And fair catch at the 7-yard line. And that's going to pin the Rattlers back. Nick Ryan does his job and helps out his defense tremendously. This kid played for Bellevue last year, and that's why Bellevue has a hole in the kicking game, and the Celtics don't.
Definitely, man. That was a beautiful kick by Nick Ryan there. all the way down to the 7.
And again, it's going to be 1st and 10 now for the Rattlers. 7:23 left to go in the first half. Again, last possession, the Rattlers got off a huge run for a touchdown. Let's see what this offensive line can do now. Again, the Celtics D is much undersized compared to this massive front of the Rattlers. I know we talked about it all night, but size matters in football.
Definitely does. They may be a little bit quicker, but this offensive line from the Rattlers are just destroying. They are really having an answer for them.
All right. Well, Mike Kelly doesn't like something the Rattlers were doing, so he's going to call timeout, and we are too. You are listening to Trinity Catholic Football, sponsored by Automax on the corner of 17th and Easy Street. Quality cars and outlet prices. We'll be right back.
Matt Wilkerson from Verizon. You work all day, right? So why would you want to spend your night out shopping for that new phone? Well, Marion County, let me and Verizon help you out. I can deliver to your home or office, saving you precious time. Phone, tablets, internet, home phones, even accessories. Whatever you need, we will deliver free of charge. Call me at the store, 352-528-0020. That's 528-0020.
Whether you're just starting out in your career or ready to make a change, being a commercial pilot is within your reach. The FAA has predicted that in the next few years, the number of planes in the sky will double, and that means a lot more jobs in aviation. Ocala Aviation has teamed up with an accredited university, enabling you to get a college degree in aviation while training to be a commercial pilot. And with options like financial aid, grants, and scholarships, it's never been a better time to get your new career in aviation started today. For more information, call me at Ocala Aviation, 352-861-7484.
Welcome back to Belleview High School and Trinity Catholic Football as they are taking on the Rattlers, and right now there's 7:23 left to go in the first half, and the Celtics are down 6-0. And as we run the play, the Celtics jump off sides. They're trying to use their quickness, and that's going to set up 1st down and 5 for the Rattlers. And the way this team is rolling, they don't need any help. Here we go. 1st and 5. Bunch formation at the bottom, and the Celtics make the tackle in the backfield on Zion King. Oh, nope, they put in another running back, and that's Dylan Bartonshaw on the carry for the Rattlers.
And the Celtics defense had a great play right there. They had to stop them right there before they got any more yards. That was a beautiful play.
What they're having to do is just shoot those gaps and hoping that they either break the play up or make it bounce outside, or that he takes it to the house, and because they cannot go head up. And so what the Celtics are doing on their defensive line is their 3 linemen are spreading wide. So basically you're playing with 2 defensive ends and a nose guard, and then you're having their backers fill the gap. Shotgun formation for Welser. He looks over the defense, makes a throw to the left side, and another drop. Wow, Michael Henderson, who's listed as athlete on the roster, with a drop, and the mistakes keep coming for the Rattlers. They cannot complete a pass.
Again, I think they're trying to look for that end zone before they even have the ball. They got to catch the ball and then run with it.
Little bubble screen out to the right. That's an easy play. It was well blocked, well executed. He just has to make the catch. And here we go. We're going to take the water break, but before we go anywhere, I really need to thank our sponsors of this football game. You know, the WOCA, The Source, presents Friday night high school football with Galen, that's me. And, of course, Chris Lopez to my right, doing all the color. And all year we're going to cover Trinity High School. I'm a big fan of following one team from start to finish, letting the story unfold, getting to know the character of the team, getting to know the nuance of the coaching staff and what they're all about, and being a part of that environment. And we're able to do that because of Automax and Verizon Wireless. Matt Wilkerson, thank you so much. Ocala Aviation, my man Dan over there, thank you. And, of course, Life South Community Blood Centers, please give the gift of life today and donate blood. But here we go. We got 6:26 left to go on a beautiful night here in Bellevue. It rained right about an hour and a half before game time because it's Florida, and if it's 4 o'clock, it's going to rain. Turned out to be a gorgeous night. It's 3rd and 5 for the Rattlers from their own 14-yard line after an incredible punt by the Celtics, Nick Ryan. was a 55-yard punt, and it was a thing of beauty, and there was a fair catch to the 8, and now after a penalty, the Rattlers have it 3rd down and 5 from the 14th. Wilkerson drops back, and there's a cut on the slant. Great tackle, but an incredible catch in traffic right there by Javon Brooks, who's recovered from his last drop. And the Rattlers are going, hurry up. Corey Brewer on the tackle for the Celtics.
And that was just a beautiful play by the Rattlers.
Tony Bruton, sorry. Corey Brewer is a friend of mine. Played for the Florida Gators. All right, and so the Rattlers spread it out, 2 wideouts each way. Zion King to the right. Wilkerson's going to throw it again, and this time it's dropped. Check that. I'm sorry, it's Wilshire. And that time it's dropped again by Henderson. Whoa, somebody needs to get on the judge and catch the football.
I agree. They definitely are looking, again, they're looking to run before they even have the ball in their hands.
Check that. That was Antoine Jones. It was 9 and not number 1. Tough to see as tight as they wear their jerseys. But that was a number 9, Antoine Jones with a drop. I think that's the 4th drop of the game. Trip wideouts to the left side now for the Rattlers. Wilshire is in the shotgun, and you won't see him do much else. Stacked defensive line for the Celtics. Blitz coming from the right edge, and it's tackled for a loss. He barely gets back to the line of scrimmage is Zion King, and that's going to set up 4th and 9.5.
Starting to look like the offensive line is getting a little tired there, and the Celtics have a little bit more endurance.
I'll tell you, they're just shooting those holes. That time they were bringing an edge rusher with the Celtics, and he forced that ball over to the other side, and that was, of course, Tyreek Etienne. Young man, Haitian. Heck of a football player. My son's football team, who I help coach with, we practiced out at training camp because you get to see these guys on a day-in, day-out basis. Pretty amazing. 3rd and 10. Shotgun for Wilshire. He throws the little fade route to the left side. And it's caught inside! And he's gone to the house! And that is one heck of a throwing catch. Malik Johnson from Wilshire. Touchdown, Rattlers, 12-0. 5 minutes left to go in the first half.
And it honestly looked like the Celtics were confused. The defensive backs had no idea that was coming. And again, that was just a beautiful throw by the Rattlers. And the run to the end of the end zone was just beautiful, man. Just beautiful. Executed correctly, and it doesn't get better than that.
It was a perfect throw, and with all the drops that have happened, Wilshire was able to hang on to that one and get it done. And again, that had nothing to do with the offensive line. That was just a beautiful fade route, well-thrown ball. The coverage was there. He just executed. Beautiful. So here comes the extra point by Dameron. Snap is down, and it's up, and it's good. Not by much. Not the prettiest kick in the world, but Mike Kelly's got his hands up, and he's excited about it. And it's 13-0. Rattlers. You are listening to Trinity High School football on WOCA, The Source.
When you go into Automax, Marion County's #1 pre-owned dealer for over 15 years, you won't take the new car depreciation because Automax saves you thousands on late model vehicles. Browse the inventory online at automaxocala.com. Then come down to see the great vehicles and upfront pricing in person. Compare up to 60 models inside the climate control showroom. So take your time. No high pressure, no gimmicks, no games. On the corner of 17th and Easy Street. Automax. Quality cars, outlet prices.
Daddy, you have a boo-boo on your arm.
No, sweetie, that's my bandage from giving blood today.
You were bleeding. Are you okay?
Oh, I'm fine. I donated blood today to help someone else.
Why would you need to give blood for someone else?
Well, there's people in the hospital that need blood in order to heal so they can get better and go back home to their families.
What people?
Well, people like us. Mommies and daddies, sisters and brothers, people who've been in accidents, or who are sick and need operations. You remember when Grandma was in the hospital?
Yeah, that was scary. But she got all better, and we're going to her house for Christmas.
We are going to her house for Christmas, but when she was in the hospital, she needed blood in order to live.
So you saved Grandma's life!
I don't know about that, but someone who donated blood sure did. And without that blood donor, we may not be going to Grandma's house.
Daddy, are you a hero?
I'm not a hero. I'm just a daddy.
I think you're a hero.
Make someone's winter wish come true. Give the gift of life. Donate blood at Life South Community Blood Centers.
Please give blood today. just like my daddy.
Service.
And welcome back to Bellevue High School, where Trinity Catholic Celtics are taking on the Rattlers. And there's the kick. Dameron puts his toe in it. It's received right there by Rim at the 28-yard line. He runs it up right to the 40, where he's knocked out of bounds. 4:56 left to go. 13-0 Rattlers. And the Rattlers are going to bring back their starting QB in King Red. He makes a move in the backfield, gets back to the line of scrimmage, but is knocked down right there by the Rattlers. 2nd down and 9.
Okay, with the defensive tackle, senior, he's a beautiful tackle.
So here we go, 4:41 left to go. Let's see if the Celtics can do something about this Rattlers defense. Not a lot going on in the inside. They've had no time, so much penetration coming up the middle. In order for the Beer to be successful, you've got to fake the dive and get to the outside. But the Rattlers are holding on to every one of their assignments and executing beautifully. So here we go. 2nd and 9. Red's underneath the center. He drops back. He looks to the right. He's got a guy open if he can throw it. He's under pressure. Rolls out to the right. Has a man to beat and is brought down. And it is fumbled. Another mistake by the Celtics. And it is Rattler ball. Oh, they're going to call him down. We're going to call him down, and that is a break for the Celtics right there. It's going to be 3rd and 7.
That's a rough call, because, that looked like a beautiful fumble, but, man, that was something else. That was a beautiful play by the defensive Rattlers there.
It was beautiful.
It was. It really was.
All right, 4 minutes left to go here in the second quarter. 3rd and 5.5, so he did actually gain a yard there. Let's see what happens now. What are the Celtics going to do? He had a man deep. He just didn't want to throw it. Red's like, I don't want to throw any more picks. There's a guy breathing down my neck. But he had a guy in Jordan Lewis who appeared to me to be open there on the little flag route. So now the Celtics are going to run 2 wide receivers to the left. One's really a slot, close slot, almost an offside tight end. King rolls out to his left. He looks. He's got a pitch if he knows, but he throws it, and he throws it wide, way out of bounds. But the Rattlers make a mistake there and take a cheap shot and hit a defenseless receiver out of bounds after he out of bounds. Gave a 4-arm shiver, and that's a 15-yard penalty. And now it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Celtics.
That was just a bad, poorly mistake by the Rattlers there. They should have just accepted the nice little incomplete pass and
stupid.
It really was.
That's a stupid play, and that's a lack of discipline that you cannot have. As he has pulled number 45 with the mistake, and he's pulled off the field. And we'll see if he comes back in the game. That's one of those mistakes where you don't look at the coach doesn't look at you. And Diedrich Good is in the doghouse.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully that wasn't a bad mistake, and hopefully they don't get a touchdown for that mistake.
Bad mistake. 3:31 left to go here in the first half. It's going to be 1st and 10 all the way up into the Celtics side of the 50. It's going to be 45. And Coach Kelly on the Rattlers team is going crazy. He's a fun guy to watch on the sideline. He's animated. He covers some ground. All right, here we go. 2 tight end set for the Celtics as they come to the line. And again, the officials are explaining it for the 5th time. They're taking their time tonight for getting their work in.
Oh, yeah.
Getting paid by the hanky. All right, 2nd and 10, they option left, option right. Red rolls out. He's got a man wide open and overthrows him by 15 yards. Oh, my gosh, did he have Tony Bruton wide open? About a 15-yard gain and just could not make the play. I just saw lightning off in the distance, and let's see if that causes a 45-minute delay. But the weather is coming, according to my weatherman, Larry Whitler. Maybe on the next break we'll get an update on that. But it's 2nd and 10. And I'll tell you what, Red's got to do a better job. He's got to do a better job than that. 2 tight end set, split backfield. McKee's to the bottom, Rim to the top. And there's a option sweep. He pitches it to the deep man. And I'll tell you what, Corey King is lucky he's alive. Red just made a bad decision and pitched it anyway, and they lost 5 yards on the play, 3rd and 15.
And what a beautiful tackle by Renberg with the loss on gain right there. He was on top of that ball like Bill was nothing.
Quarterback has been the issue tonight. Turnovers, penalties, not hitting the wide-open guy, real lack of execution for the Celtics.
They really need to tighten up if they want to see any end zones here.
And I'll tell you what, Coach Sturman had high hopes for this football game, but they're down 13-0 right now in the first half. Plenty of football to play, especially with the Veer and its explosion. And there's a double fake. King rolls out, he hits the left and gets drilled in the backfield for a loss of 3. And this defensive line for the Rattlers is getting some penetration.
Definitely, man. They are on the ball, man. This defense is just phenomenal right now. They're playing picture perfect. They're not missing any plays. They are on top of this ball. They're giving no room for the quarterback.
Devontae Jones with another tackle. Renberg was in there, too. Execution. And so now the best player on the team right now for the Celtics has been Nick Ryan, the punter. And he's going to put the ball on his foot from his own 35. But before then, there's a timeout for the Belleview Rattlers, and that'll give us a chance to thank all of our sponsors. Automax, on the corner of 17th and Easy Street, quality cars, outlet prices. Verizon Wireless, thank you, Matt Wilkerson. He's a great blood donor, by the way, and thank you for being a blood donor. Speaking of blood donations, come see us right there at 1607 East Silver Springs Boulevard, or call us at 622-3544 so you can come in and share your life today. Ocala Aviation, located at the Ocala Airport, where you too can learn to fly. Chris, you're trying to learn how to fly.
Definitely, and I recommend to anybody that can listen here. It's a great feeling. It's an opportunity of a lifetime.
You know, Life South has a plane, so we fly it every night. It's somewhere right now. It's on its way to Atlanta.
Oh, beautiful. That is awesome to hear.
All right, 1:55 here to go in the first half. Nick Ryan, the punter, is in the game on this 4th and 17. Back deep for the Rattlers is Michael Henderson. And there's a flag on the play. And illegal formation of some kind, off the line of scrimmage. Let's see what they decide to call it. It will be against the Celtics. It's just a matter of what it is and for how many. It's a dead ball. Offside illegal procedure. So that's going to set up 4th down, and let's just call it an even 20. You know, they started this drive, and they got it all the way down into the Rattlers 45, and now they're back inside their own 42-yard line.
This is just a rough night for the Celtics team here.
All right, Nick Ryan's the punter. And there's a kick. And it's up. A little duck, little wobbler, but it's... Oh, is that a fumble? Did he touch it? No beanbag down, but it's bounced. And it's recovered by the Rattlers all the way down at their 7-yard line. Not a great punt, but Henderson made a really bad decision to try and catch it. But I don't know if he touched it or not, but the Rattlers jumped back as if he did, and they recovered it because of Jalen Patterson. But that's going to be 1st and 10 inside their own 10-yard line, 1:55 left to go.
And honestly, he just should have done a fair catch for that one.
You should have just let it bounce. That was a duck. Not a good kick by Nick Ryan. But in the stat book, it goes for a 52-yard kick. So, not bad, young man, not bad. Here we go. 1st and 10 Rattlers from there. They're going to call it from the 7. 3 wide receivers to the left side. Pistol formation as Wilshire is in the shotgun. Celtics showing a blitz on the left side. And there's it goes. A handoff right up the middle, and he's crushed in the backfield. Is Zion King. And that'll be a loss of 2. 1:48 left to go. Trinity has all their timeouts. Let's see if they decide to use one. 2nd and 12.
And that was just a beautiful defensive play by Celtics there. They were on top of that one.
And the Celtics are not going to call a timeout. Coach Jost has decided, hey, let's see what happens. 2nd down and 12. 1:24. And I'm a little surprised he's not using his timeouts here. See if he can't get the ball back and do something with that.
Too, because I believe the Bellevue's going to try to run that clock so they can end at halftime.
And Bellevue will get the ball starting the second half as they deferred on the top side. And now it's something happened. The whistle, the ball is dead. Oh, they call it delay of game. And that'll put them half the distance to the goal line. So instead of 2nd and 12, it'll make it 2nd and 15. And now they're inside their own 5-yard line. Now let's see if Coach Sturdivant decides to use those timeouts, because let's make sure you get the ball back here in the half. Not a smart play there by the Rattlers. I know it's only 2.5 yards, but still. 2.5 yards inside the 5 is a big deal.
Oh, yeah.
Trick wide receivers to the left. Just a formation for Wilshire. 1:07 on the clock in the first half. Oh, and there's a fumble snap, and it's going to be a safety. And the Celtics get on the board, and they'll get the ball back. It's 13-2 Celtics. That's why that penalty is such a big deal. It puts a tremendous amount of pressure on that offensive line. And consider the center did not make a good snap. It was to the right of Wilshire, and it goes to the back of the end zone. 2-point safety dance. Larry, you could play the music if you wanted. That was a joke. But now, here we go. And the kicking game for Bellevue is not good. And now they're going to have to punt it from their own 20, which means the Celtics may get this ball back right around midfield.
And that was beautiful by the Celtics. They gave that pressure knowing that they had the opportunity for the safety there, and they executed it nicely. They gave that pressure to the Rattlers, and they had no answer for it.
Yeah, we just got an update from that Westport Forest game, 18-16. Forest now in the lead. There's a shock. It went from the Wolfpack up ahead 10-6 to now Forest leading 18-16. The Wildcats, class of 88. Good year. It's like a wine of some kind. All right, so now Danley's going to put his foot in the ball. Nope, I'm sorry, that's Wilshire. He's going to punt it from the 20. Back deep for the Celtics is Corey King. Nice booming kick, and it's offside. Something happened. Another flag on the play.
That was such a beautiful kick.
Where's the flag? The officials blew it dead. And that was a great kick by Wilshire. And Corey King dropped the punt. And I don't know what the call was or why they stopped it, just because they're like, hey, let's take some more time. This has only been a 1-hour first half. We played 24 minutes, 23 minutes, and it's taken over an hour to play. You do the math. All right, so Wilshire's going to kick it again from the 20. Let's wait and see if everybody's ready. The white cap is walking up. He's still waiting. He's walking. He's now at the 50, and now the officials are going to have a huddle. Maybe find out what they're going to do for dinner tonight. Maybe they'll go to Brewster's and get some ice cream after the game.
That's probably not a bad idea.
I wonder if they'll get sprinkles. Sprinkles are for winners, Chris.
They definitely are. They definitely are.
All right. So the Celtics are awaiting this kick after the safety. It's 13-2 Rattlers right now. Now the Whitecap's going to run all the way back. He's walking now. He's at the 30. He's at the 29. He's at the 25. The 21, the 20, the 19, the 18. Let's see when he stops to blow the whistle. He's all the way down to the 12. Now he steps back up to the 15, surveys it. He's looking around. And now he blows the whistle, and now we can get back underway. Wow. All right, and here comes the punt by Wilshire. Not nearly as good a kick. It's going to be received by Montez Leaf, and then it's action back. Corey King looks for a block. He's up to the 50. He goes down the sideline, looks for one, tiptoes, and he's out of bounds right at the 43-yard line, inches away from breaking that to the house.
Definitely, and that was just a beautiful run, man. Corey King actually went on almost looked like he didn't even go out of bounds, but apparently he did, so.
Tough to tell with all the people around.
Yes, that is. It actually is.
But the officials are having another gathering. Maybe they don't want to go to Brewster's. Maybe they want to go to Dairy Queen.
Don't know what they want.
Maybe they're discussing whether they want soft serve. And here we go. 49 seconds left to go. 1st and 10 for the Celtics. See if they can do anything with this good field position. Down by 11 with under a minute to go in the first half. The Celtics run from the sideline, set up on the ball. Red is the quarterback. They're going to run a 2 tight end set. Wide receivers split each way. Wynn and Calvin King. Calvin Neal. And there's a throw to Montez Leaf, and he drops it. It was a back shoulder throw, and he just could not connect.
Could not. And hopefully the Celtics get things together here so they can make this game a little bit more interesting, because it's just a dominant game here for the Rattlers, man, tonight.
Tell you what, they got to quit making these mistakes. Whether it's the turnovers, the not completing the passes, just a lack of execution. And Coach Sturtman talked about that today in the pregame, about how they just need more reps. You know, they need to get more reps in practice. And let's see what happens here. We got 49 seconds left. We got Rim up to the bottom, Leaf in the slot. And up top is Neil Calvin. Red's underneath the center. He drops back. He looks to the right. He gets a block. Makes a man miss in the backfield. He's up to the 40. Dances outside. Gets out of bounds. That'll stop the clock. And that'll be a gain of 5. And a late flag from the back judge. He threw a flag from 30 yards away. No idea what that call is. But I'll tell you what. Coach Mike Kelly thinks it's against the Celtics. And it is another personal foul. Wonder what that was. I didn't see it. But that's going to set up 2nd down and 25? Wow. Another middle mistake.
Mistakes like these, man, they really need to figure something out here. Hopefully when they go back in the locker room, the coach and the whole team just gets it together on these mistakes.
I'll tell you what, Coach Sturtman's got to talk to his team about staying focused, staying within themselves, because they are playing undisciplined football right now. So here we go. Celtics to the line. King is underneath the center. Jordan Lewis split to the right side, but King looks back. He's met in the backfield for a loss, and it's a fumble. The Rattlers strip it. Red's got to take care of the football there, and he exposed it on another turnover. The Rattlers have the ball with 35 seconds left in their own side of the 50.
And I'm telling you, man, these Rattlers tonight, they came out to play. Celtics here, they look scrambled in the half. And again, hopefully by the second half, they get things together, because it looks like the Rattlers got theirs. And they are playing phenomenal football tonight.
We'll see if they can capitalize on another turnover. I'll tell you what, the penalties are really hurting the Celtics.
That they are.
I don't know if the Rattlers are playing well, or if the Celtics are shooting themselves in the foot, maybe a combination of both. But I'm kind of shocked at the game. I really thought the Celtics would be able to move the football, and they haven't. They have just not executed well on the offensive side of the ball. Trip wide out to the right. Shotgun formation for Wilshire. Zion King's behind him. He fakes his eye, and he looks to the right. He's going to scramble. He's getting attacked from the backside. He pulls out of the pocket. He's to the 40. He's to the 30. He's all the way to the 28. And now 3 linemen down. And I'll tell you what, Michael Tarquin got a penalty against him. I don't know if that was on Rim, who he was going one-on-one, but Tarquin ended up with his helmet 15 yards from him, and they were 25 yards off the ball, and Tarquin was laying on top of him, giving him a little WWE.
And that is something else, man. That is.
And it's going to be holding offense, and Michael Tarquin with the penalty. That changes the complexion of that game, because instead of 2nd down and 1, maybe, it's going to be 1st and 25, 1st and 20, unless they call from the spot of the foul. And it's going to be 2nd down and 30.
And that was just a beautiful run.
Nice scramble by Wilshire. He broke the pocket and made it happen. I guess they're not going to call that on Parkland, because they ended up doing the 10-yard mark off from the 43. Interesting call. And now Coach Kelly's getting an explanation from the white hat. Holding, obviously, against the Rattlers. So that's going to set up 1st and 19. Big deal here is the 32 seconds left on the clock in the first half. Trip wideouts to the left for the Rattlers. Tarquin has been pulled out of the game because he lost his helmet. That is a rule. He has to come out of the game if his helmet comes off. I don't think he'll be off for long. He's too good of a football player. and he looks like a football player. You stand next to him and say, well, I'm pretty sure he doesn't play golf. He's not on your basket weaving team.
I definitely agree with you on that.
He is a football player. You can see why these major schools are looking at him. All right, here we go. Wilshire in the shotgun. He looks to the left. He throws it, and it's dropped again. Jalen Patterson hit him right in the wrong place, right in the number 5.
And that would have been a beautiful wide receiver screen there. That was a nice play, but the execution just was not to the par right there.
3rd and 17, 28 seconds left. And the clock stops on the incomplete pass. But at least the officials aren't having a little powwow. Maybe they've settled the whole where they're going for dessert. Who knows? But the weather seems to have cleared up. I haven't seen any ugly cloud formations in a while on this beautiful night here in Belleview, Florida. We got trip wide out to the left side. Lone wide out to the right side is Michael Henderson, who's had an up-and-down game. Shotgun. Quarterback looks left and throws it to nowhere. Not a very good pass there by Wilshire, and another flag with 25.5 seconds left to go. And I have lost count. 18, 19 penalties. Now the Whitecaps can't figure out who to throw it on. Let's see. It was right dead at where the ball was snapped. It's 4th and 20. Let's see what happens. Dead ball. Personal foul against the Rattlers. Dead ball. Personal foul. Celtics. I'll tell you what, the one thing about these inter-county rivalries is there's some bad blood. These kids have played against each other from the time they were 7. Sometimes on the same team, sometimes not. But at some point, somebody's going to get thrown out of the game.
Looks like one of the...
All right, so it'll be 4th and 20. And here comes the punter. Might as well. 25 seconds left to go on the clock. Not much you can do with 4th down and 20 when you're up 11. I'll tell you what, don't give up hope on this Celtics team, because that veer option, when it starts clicking, it can make magic happen. But they've got to learn how to block Devontae Jones and Rimberg and the rest of that defensive line. All right, here we go. And Wilshire is going to do the punting. Back deep for the Celtics is Brandon Dickerson. And now the Rattlers are going to call a timeout, and we will too. We'll be right back. You're listening to Trinity High School football on WOCA, The Source.
Until you go into Automax, Marion County's #1 pre-owned dealer for over 15 years, and see their upfront pricing and how Automax puts their low outlet price, along with the Carfax and complete vehicle information on the window of every single vehicle. Then, and only then, can you take advantage of great finance offers, like rates from 2% with 0 down, and no payments for 90 days with loan approval. View all these great prices and vehicles on the corner of 17th and Easy Street. Automax. Quality cars, outlet prices.
Welcome back to Belleview High School here in beautiful Belleview, Florida, where the Trinity Catholic Celtics are taking on the Bellevue Rattlers, and there's lightning in the background, and there's lightning on the field in the wrong kind of ways, with personal fouls being called left and right on both teams. 25 seconds left to go in the first half. Rattlers lead 13-2. And now Wilshire is punting. Wobbly, ugly punt, and it's almost blocked. And he was lucky to get rid of it, and he just quick punted it. And it's going to be down at the 24-yard line with 17 seconds left. Celtics will have the ball 1st and 10.
And that was really good pressure by the Celtics team there. He just quickly punted that as possible.
Yeah, that was a oh my gosh, I'm going to get killed.
That definitely was.
All right, at halftime today, we're going to be joined by Rondo Fernandez from the Mojo Grill. And we're not going to talk about his incredible food, but I will tell you this. If you go in there, you get the Mahi Louisiana Mahi, whatever. And instead of the pasta, get the grits. It's the greatest thing on the planet. I have a real addiction to it right now. So, but we're going to talk to him more about what he does in these schools and off the field. He's an amazing guy, and I can't wait to hear more of his story. First and 10 for the Celtics. They give it on the dive to King, and he's brought down for a loss of a half a yard. And again, it's chippy out there, boys and girls. It is chippy. Every play, somebody's talking or punching every single play. And that's going to end the first half. At the end of the first half, the score is 13-2 Rattlers. And you are listening to WOCA, the source, but this is Friday night high school football. I'm Galen Hinold, and I'm joined by Chris Lopez. And this is brought to you by Automax on the corner of 17th and Easy Street. Quality cars with outlet prices. Verizon Wireless, authorized retailer Matt Wilkerson, where he comes to you in Marion County. By Ocala Aviation, located at the Ocala Airport, where you can learn to fly. And by Life South Community Blood Centers, save lives, give blood. This is Trinity High School football on WOCA, the source.
Until you go into Automax, Marion County's #1 pre-owned dealer for over 15 years, and see their upfront pricing and how Automax puts their low outlet price, along with the Carfax and complete vehicle information on the window of every single vehicle. Then, and only then, can you take advantage of great finance offers, like rates from 2% with 0 down, and no payments for 90 days with loan approval. View all these great prices and vehicles on the corner of 17th and Easy Street. Automax, quality cars, outlet prices.
Hey, this is Matt Wilkerson from Verizon. You work all day, right? So why would you want to spend your night out shopping for that new phone? Well, Marion County, let me and Verizon help you out. I can deliver to your home or office, saving you precious time. Phone, tablets, internet, home phones, even accessories. Whatever you need, we will deliver free of charge. Call me at the store, 352-528-0020. That's 528-0020.
Whether you're just starting out in your career or ready to make a change, being a commercial pilot is within your reach. The FAA has predicted that in the next few years, the number of planes in the sky will double, and that means a lot more jobs in aviation. Ocala Aviation has teamed up with an accredited university, enabling you to get a college degree in aviation while training to be a commercial pilot. And with options like financial aid, grants, and scholarships, it's never been a better time to get your new career in aviation started today. For more information, call me at Ocala Aviation, 352-861-7484.
Hang tough, baby. It's rodeo time in Ocala. The 35th annual Ocala Shrine Pro Rodeo returns September 1st and 2nd, 7:30 nightly. Witness America's #1 sport in the greatest show on dirt as cowboys ride to help children walk. It all happens rain or shine in the covered arena at the Southeastern Livestock Pavilion. For tickets and information, call 352-402-8808. Don't miss the rodeo in Ocala.
Hi, this is Jeff Foxworthy, and there are plenty of ways to tell how you might be a redneck. For instance, if your truck is bigger than the Bloodmobile, but your house isn't, you might be a redneck. But if you have a heart as big as a Bloodmobile, you might just be a life-saving blood donor. Seriously, I am a Life South blood donor, and I encourage you to give blood too. Patients in our community rely on Life South blood to save their lives. Call 888-795-2707 or visit www.lifesouth.org for donor center and blood drive information. Remember, the life you save might be a redneck you're related to. Thanks.
This is the beat of a normal heart. Now this is the beat of a heart of someone who just snorted or injected or smoked methamphetamine. Why? For a high. And this is what happens to that normal heartbeat. It's irregular, it's racing, it's why it's called speed, and it can do bizarre things to our heads. It can make us aggressive and violent. We can start hallucinating and end up doing some serious damage to people. Call 1-8888-NO-METH today for more information on methamphetamine. That's 1-8888-NO-METH.
A message from the Partnership for a Drug-Free Florida and America.
It's time for Marion County High School football. Tonight's game. Trinity Catholic Celtics versus the Belleview Rattlers. Your game hosts for tonight, Galen Hinold and Chris Lopez. Let's go.
And welcome back to Bellevue High School I'm Galen Unold. I'm joined by Chris Lopez. And Chris, first half done. Celtics need some work to do. They're down by 11 points to a team that is dominating the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball.
And they really are. The Rattlers really showed tonight. And, again, like we've said, it's just minor mistakes on both sides of the team. But the Rattlers seem to pick it up on the offensive side. As far as the Celtics, they are not clicking. They're making penalties, and they're not redeeming themselves from those penalties.
Yeah, and neither team has been able to sustain a drive. The two scores by the Raptors were a breakdown on the right side by the defense for the Celtics, and they had a 45-yard touchdown run. And the other one was a great catch and throw, really, from Wilshire. And that's led to the 13 points. And, you know, the Celtics, a play here, a play there, are right in this game. Penalties, turnovers, interceptions. 3 of them in the first half alone. You cannot win football games with 3 turnovers in a half.
You really can. And even if you do have turnovers, you also have got to redeem yourself completely. And no matter how hard they're trying, the Celtics, the Rattlers just seem to be coming up with plays on the defensive end. And again, like you said, that was a gorgeous pass by Wilshire, too. They connected with the wide receiver and all the way down to the 40 to the end zone. It was just a beautiful play.
Yeah, and here we are at halftime, and when we come back from this break, we're going to be joined by Rondo, and I want him to talk about what he does in some of our schools, specifically at Lake Weir and now at North Marion, so that we can hear about some of the great things that are being done right here in our county. You're listening to high school football and the Trinity Catholic football team right here on WOCA, The Source.
Hi, this is Jeff Foxworthy, and there are plenty of ways to tell how you might be a redneck. For instance, if your truck is bigger than the Bloodmobile, but your house isn't, you might be a redneck. But if you have a heart as big as a Bloodmobile, you might just be a life-saving blood donor. Seriously, I am a Life South blood donor, and I encourage you to give blood too. Patients in our community rely on Life South blood to save their lives. Call 888-795-2707 or visit www.lifesouth.org for donor center and blood drive information. Remember, the life you save might be a redneck you're related to. Thanks.
Hang tough, baby. It's rodeo time in Ocala. The 35th annual Ocala Shrine Pro Rodeo returns September 1st and 2nd, 7:30 nightly. Witness America's #1 sport in the greatest show on dirt as cowboys ride to help children walk. It all happens rain or shine in the covered arena at the Southeastern Livestock Pavilion. For tickets and information, call 352-402-8808. Don't miss the rodeo in Ocala.
Whether you're just starting out in your career or ready to make a change, being a commercial pilot is within your reach. The FAA has predicted that in the next few years, the number of planes in the sky will double, and that means a lot more jobs in aviation. Ocala Aviation has teamed up with an accredited university, enabling you to get a college degree in aviation while training to be a commercial pilot. And with options like financial aid, grants, and scholarships, it's never been a better time to get your new career in aviation started today. For more information, call me at Ocala Aviation, 352-861-7484.
Hey, this is Matt Wilkerson from Verizon. You work all day, right? So why would you want to spend your night out shopping for that new phone? Well, Marion County, let me and Verizon help you out. I can deliver to your home or office, saving you precious time. Phone, tablets, internet, home phones, even accessories. Whatever you need, we will deliver free of charge. Call me at the store, 352-528-0020. That's 528-0020.
Welcome back to Belleview High School. Trinity Catholic is taking on the Bellevue Rattlers, and it is 13-2 here at halftime. And I'm now joined by Rondo Fernandez, great chef, pretty good singer. But really, your life has to become a big mission for those less privileged. And you do so much. I went to the Empowered worship series that you did at the Springs a couple of weeks ago, and it was just amazing. You know, and talk about what that program is all about.
Yeah, I mean, the program we do with Empowered is just teaching these kids, these underprivileged kids, that they have the power to do incredible things through Christ. That if they concentrate and just believe in themselves, a lot of these kids, a lot of kids have never been told that they can amount to anything good, you know. I grew up believing in a vicious cycle that, you know, that was just going to be broke my whole life, and every Friday and Saturday I was going to get drunk and high, and that was just going to be the cycle, because that was what every adult did in my life. And so we want to empower these kids to know that they can break that cycle, and we empower these kids by meeting their needs. So these kids can't feel like they're powerful and they're on the brink of doing very great things if they're wondering where they're going to sleep at night, or where they're going to get their next meal, or when they're wearing tattered shoes and, you know, and dirty clothes. And so we try to meet their needs, and everything we give away comes with a message. You know, you are loved, we love you, and you got to give back when you can, too. This is not a gift. This is a part of a bigger thing. You know, so if you take something from us, take all you want. But when you have the ability to give back and share the same love that we're showing you to somebody else.
Yeah, it's amazing. Some of the speakers that were there, the young girl who was in the forest and left, and then somebody took her in and showed her love. And, you know, we think about it. Here we are at a football game where all of these kids, all the attention is on them. But there's so many kids that are outside of that don't have anybody to love them, don't have anybody to pray with them. And your Empowered is trying to get that gap smaller and smaller and smaller.
Yeah, and, you know, we say that we're here at a football game and the attention's on them, but a lot of times after Friday night, these kids go home and they're hungry and they're tired, and you know, a lot of kids we met don't have parents and things like that. So, and I love working through the high school kids, you know, because a lot of I live that story. So I love using my story to help them make a difference. And if we can get these high school kids and provide for these high school kids and get them bought in and be the heartbeat of the school, that's just all the better. You know, I mean, some of the kids that came to the Empowered conference that came down to the altar and prayed, you know, the principal called me up the other day from the school, and she said, you know, the same kids that were there at the Empowered conference broke up a fight.
Wow.
And made the kids shake hands, and then they're telling kids, hey, pick that up or clean that up or have pride in your school. So, you know, these kids are starting to get a purpose in their life, and once they do that, you're going to see the cultures of the school change.
And that's so important, because a lot of these kids, they have the ability to make that change, and we know the power of peer pressure and that vicious cycle, and we're trying to break that cycle. Talk about some of the programs you have at the schools, including Lake Weir, and I believe you now have it at North Marion with your pantries and things like that.
Yes, we started a program called the Rock. And what we do is we're given a classroom and staff with a full-time volunteer from 8 to 4, so a kid can come down with a pass from a teacher or counselor anytime during the school day and get food, clothing, hygiene, school supplies, feminine hygiene, which is a big one that nobody ever thinks about, school mentorship.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just whatever they need, we meet their needs. So, you know, it's been so much more than just a pantry, because a lot of these kids just need a shoulder to cry on, you know, and we do that. And we found kids places to stay. We've given kids rides homes, and we just been there for them. So we started one in Lake Weir. In 3 weeks, we saw 250 kids.
Amazing.
And North Marion believes in the program so much that North Marion gave us one. We're going to open up on Wednesday. And
this Wednesday?
This Wednesday, we're going to open up one in North Marion. And then we're trying for 2 more schools. So we'd love to get one here at Belleview. We'd love to get one at Westport. Is our 2 other goals. And just try to build a program so good that the other high schools just say, hey, we want that. We want that at our school. We need that at our school.
Well, how is all this funded? Where do you get the money from? How can people help?
Yeah, so we have our events. We have the Brick City Blues Festival, which this year will be May 19th, I think. And then we do the big Empowered conference, a praise and worship conference. So those 2 shows alone, we raise almost $55,000 annually. And we do everything from sports scholarships. I mean, half these kids in Marion County can't afford to play.
Yeah,
so,
in the MCYFL, $125 plus a $50.
Yeah, we sponsored. I think we sponsored 15 kids at MCYFL. We sponsored, I think, 15 kids at Lake Weir High School. And the kids are just, you know, the ADs are now reaching out to us, and that's special, you know. And they have to sign a contract. So they have to sign a contract and say, hey, congratulations, you're selected as a student athlete and a leader. While accepting the sponsorship, we expect you to have good grades, attendance, behavior, and we expect you to be a leader. And when your principal asks you to give back, they have to give back an hour per $10.
Yeah.
So if it's $250 for the spirit pack and everything, they have to give back 25 community hours at the school level. and it says on the bottom, "You are loved, bro." You know, and you just have to do that. And to help out, man, if you guys are interested, we have a Feed the Need Facebook page, Feed the Need Marion County Facebook page. Just send us a message. I mean, we're really just nothing more than just somebody who just loves kids and the youth of Marion County. I mean, I live that story, you know, and I've been a screw up my whole life. And, you know, I found Christ when I was 39 years old 3 years ago, and I just feel like he's brought me from such a dark place that I got to keep working, man, to show these other guys what I'm feeling and how he's changed my life.
Well, not only do you talk the talk, you walk the walk.
Amen.
You and I get to hang out every day.
Yes, sir.
And I see the impact that you have on these kids' lives, and it's touching.
Amen, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're an amazing dude, and what you're doing is I think it's going to sow seeds for years to come. And that's really when it gets to the bottom line. What you're doing is you're sowing seeds so that these guys can go out and produce much.
Yeah, man. And, you know, the thing is to be disciplined, too, man. You know, the Bible says that heaven rejoices when one is saved. So if we save one kid's life, man, we already won.
Amen. Amen.
Sir.
That's awesome. I'm glad to see you tomorrow. You'll be in a different mode. If you haven't seen Rondo on the sidelines, we should just have a camera, the Rondo cam on the sidelines.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing. I love it. The passion that you live your life with.
Yeah.
From the time you wake up to the time you go to bed, and I think it's admirable.
Yes, sir.
And I love the way you impact you have on the life. On my son, I mean, you've done so much.
I love that kid.
Yeah, he's a good kid. He loves you. He hated football until you got his hands on him.
Yeah.
And he went from I don't want to go to practice to I can't wait to go to practice.
That's awesome.
And when you pat him on the back, I could give him the biggest hug in the world.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean as much as you.
That's awesome, really.
And that just tells you what kind of a person you are and how these kids respect you. And
thank you, man.
And again, just keep walking the walk. And,
Amen.
And if you're out there, seriously, support the cause. There's all kinds of things you're doing year-round. There's anything we can do. I know the station supports it. We follow Christ. That's why we're following Trinity Catholic all year round, and they're a blessing to this community.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate it, man.
All right.
God bless.
Hey, Rondo Fernandez, and Empowered, and everything he's doing inside this community is incredible. And so right now you are listening to Trinity High School football on WOCA The Source.
Hey, this is Matt Wilkerson from Verizon. You work all day, right? So why would you want to spend your night out shopping for that new phone? Well, Marion County, let me and Verizon help you out. I can deliver to your home or office, saving you precious time. Phone, tablets, internet, home phones, even accessories. Whatever you need, we will deliver free of charge. Call me at the store, 352-528-0020. That's 528-0020.
Until you go into Automax, Marion County's #1 pre-owned dealer for over 15 years, and see their upfront pricing and how Automax puts their low outlet price, along with the Carfax and complete vehicle information on the window of every single vehicle. Then, and only then, can you take advantage of great finance offers, like rates from 2% with 0 down, and no payments for 90 days with loan approval. View all these great prices and vehicles on the corner of 17th and Easy Street. Automax, quality cars, outlet prices.
Whether you're just starting out in your career or ready to make a change, being a commercial pilot is within your reach. The FAA has predicted that in the next few years, the number of planes in the sky will double, and that means a lot more jobs in aviation. Ocala Aviation has teamed up with an accredited university, enabling you to get a college degree in aviation while training to be a commercial pilot. And with options like financial aid, grants, and scholarships, it's never been a better time to get your new career in aviation started today. For more information, call me at Ocala Aviation, 352-861-7484.
Hang tough, baby. It's rodeo time in Ocala. The 35th annual Ocala Shrine Pro Rodeo returns September 1st and 2nd, 7:30 nightly. Witness America's #1 sport in the greatest show on dirt as cowboys ride to help children walk. It all happens rain or shine in the covered arena at the Southeastern Livestock Pavilion. For tickets and information, call 352-402-8808. Don't miss the rodeo in Ocala.
Good evening and welcome to Belleview, Florida. You are listening to Trinity Catholic Football on WOCA The Source. I'm Galen Udold. I'm joined by Chris Lopez, pilot wannabe, future broadcaster of the year, and this is brought to you by Automax on the corner of 17th and Easy Street. Quality cars with outlet prices. Verizon Wireless authorized retailer Matt Wilkerson Matt, thank you very much for this device that Dan says is magic. By Ocala Aviation, located at the Ocala Airport, where you too can learn to fly. And Life South Community Blood Centers. Give the gift of life. Donate blood. Figures that the only one to screw up is mine. But here we go. We are at Belleview High School. Trinity Catholic is down 13-2. Start of the second half is going to be the kick. And the officials figure out that they're going the wrong direction. And so now we're going to take another 30 seconds as the white cap has to walk because he hasn't figured it out. He's going to have to walk about 100 yards. And so Usain Bolt can do that in what, 8.5, 9 seconds?
Probably less.
It's going to take this white cap who has walked all night long a good 12 seconds. So he's at the 40 now. But here we go. Chris, what do the Celtics have to do here in the second half to get back into this football game?
They have to fix the mistakes that they've been doing with all these minor penalties and be more disciplined and redeem themselves if they do make mistakes. I mean, they've really got to spread the ball. The defensive line on the Rattlers, they figured out the running play completely. The ground game is not effective for Celtics right now. My suggestion is King should probably do a little bit better on throwing the ball and connecting with his wide receivers.
All right, and so Nick Ryan's going to kick it off deep, and he puts his foot into that one, and it clears the end zone. Nice job, Nick Ryan, player of the game thus far for Trinity, and that's going to be no return. It'll be a touchback, 1st and 10 for the Rattlers from the 20. They're going to be working from our left to right, and again, they run that spread offense, and they haven't gained a lot of yards, but they've gained a lot of yards on 2 plays. They've had 2 plays that have gone for 50-plus yards. That's the difference in this football game. You have anything to add to that, Chris?
No, man, you nailed it pretty on the spot.
All right, so here we go. Start of the first half. Rattlers come to the line. 3 wide receivers to the right. Jalen Patterson to the very bottom. Wilshire is in shotgun. He calls for the snap, and there's a blitz right up the middle, and it's offsides. And I believe the Rattlers jumped, trying to cover the blitz team that Celtic Jordan Lewis. Lewis has had one heck of a football game.
He did, and that was actually just a beautiful play by the Celtics, recognizing the offense and making that offensive line have a false start there to bring him back a little bit further to the yards.
All right, so that'll be 1st and 15. Good start for the Celtics, because I'll tell you what, Jordan Lewis was untouched, and Coach Sturdivant, who's the head ball coach and the defensive coordinator, had that one dialed up. And the Celtics show blitz again. They pop out of it. Wilshire calls the snap. They rush it right up the middle, and he's met by a gang of Celtics.
That was a beautiful another flag right now on the play.
Another flag. Wow. I think these refs are getting called per play, and what was that called? Dead ball something. And there's an injured Rattler on the field. I don't know what the penalty was, but it's a 5-yarder, and that's going to set up 1st down and sideline infraction.
And he definitely looks hurt.
Yeah. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to sort out the penalty and kind of step aside as the injured Rattler is on the field. I'm not sure who it is, but you are listening to Trinity Catholic Football on WOCA, the source.
Until you go into Automax, Marion County's #1 pre-owned dealer for over 15 years, and see their upfront pricing and how Automax puts their low outlet price, along with the Carfax and complete vehicle information on the window of every single vehicle. Then, and only then, can you take advantage of great finance offers, like rates from 2% with 0 down, and no payments for 90 days with loan approval. View all these great prices and vehicles on the corner of 17th and Easy Street. Automax, quality cars, outlet prices.
Hey, this is Matt Wilkerson from Verizon. You work all day, right? So why would you want to spend your night out shopping for that new phone? Well, Marion County, let me and Verizon help you out. I can deliver to your home or office, saving you precious time. Phone, tablets, internet, home phones, even accessories. Whatever you need, we will deliver free of charge. Call me at the store, 352-528-0020. That's 528-0020.
Whether you're just starting out in your career or ready to make a change, being a commercial pilot is within your reach. The FAA has predicted that in the next few years, the number of planes in the sky will double, and that means a lot more jobs in aviation. Ocala Aviation has teamed up with an accredited university, enabling you to get a college degree in aviation while training to be a commercial pilot. And with options like financial aid, grants, and scholarships, it's never been a better time to get your new career in aviation started today. For more information, call me at Ocala Aviation, 352-861-7484.
Hi, this is Jeff Foxworthy, and there are plenty of ways to tell how you might be a redneck. For instance, if your truck is bigger than the Bloodmobile, but your house isn't, you might be a redneck. But if you have a heart as big as a Bloodmobile, you might just be a life-saving blood donor. Seriously, I am a Life South blood donor, and I encourage you to give blood too. Patients in our community rely on Life South blood to save their lives. Call 888-795-2707 or visit www.lifesouth.org for donor center and blood drive information. Remember, the life you save might be a redneck you're related to. Thanks.
All right, welcome back to Belleview High School, where the Rattlers are taking on our Trinity Catholic Celtics. And right now the Rattlers are pinned down inside their own 10-yard line, right at the 6, after another personal foul against the Rattlers. And by our count, that's the 10th one of the game. And this time it was again on their left tackle, the highly touted young man, Michael Tarquin, just a junior. He lost his cool. And that sets up second and let's just call it forever. Wilshire is the quarterback. They give it on the jet sweep. He cuts up the middle, cuts back, gets a block from Tarquin, and battles out. Jalen Patterson is all the way up to the 28-yard, to the 18-yard line. He got most of that 15-yard penalty back in one fell swoop.
And that was just a nice run by the Rattlers there. It was a really, really nice play.
Was it beautiful? It was just nice?
Nah, not this time.
All right, so it's going to set up 3rd and 10. 11:15 to go in the third quarter. We're just breaking in the new guy. You're not doing bad for your first time talking on the radio.
Oh, man, I've had better, man. I've had better.
Are you a better pilot than announcer?
Oh, definitely, man. It's a lot easier to talk to Jack's Press than this.
All right. Here we go. 3rd and 10. 11 minutes left to go. 4 wideouts with one lone back set for Wilshire, and that's Zion King. And there's another fake jet sweep. This time it's offsides again on the Rattlers. Another penalty. Very undisciplined football. You could tell it's early in the year, and now it's going to be 3rd and 15.
And again, like you said, man, they are being undisciplined right now, and it looks like the Celtics defense, they're tightening up. They're recognizing plays better, and they're doing something about it.
False start there on the wide receiver. I'm always amazed that a wide receiver is ever offsides. My son played wide receiver and was offsides, and I'm like, what are you doing? You're not fast. You're not going to outrun anybody. There's no point in you jumping off sides ever. But I'll tell you what, Mike Kelly is giving the ref an earful. He is working that sideline, the young man. Graduated from North Marion in 2007. His father coached all over this county for years. Taught with my mother, so I've known Coach Kelly. I was never allowed to call him Mike. I've known him for years, 30 years at least. And there's a blitz right up the middle. And I'll tell you what, the Celtics blew that play up.
And that was just a beautiful.
It was beautiful.
Oh, man, he did. He got in there. Jordan Lewis with a great tackle. He's averaging 9 tackles from last year, and he got a nice sack on that one.
Loss of 7 on the play. Good call by Coach Sturdivant. This is the start the Celtics needed. Now the Rattlers are going to be punting from their own end zone, and the last time this happened, the Celtics scored on a safety. So Wilshire is the punter and the quarterback. But back deep for the Trinity Catholic Celtics is going to be Corey King, and he's going to be set up at the Celtics side, the Rattler side of the 45-yard line. So Wilshire's about 10 yards back. He's 3 yards into the end zone, and there's a snap. It's a good one, and they almost get it. He's lucky to get it off. It bounces at the 30 and sits right down and takes a roll to the 41-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Celtics. Great field position for the Celtics. Chris, let's see if they can do something with it.
I hope they do. I mean, the Rattlers have just been being great on defense. They have seen every play, and the Celtics have no answer for the defense that the Rattlers are giving them. And hopefully the Celtics see and change it up a little bit, and they start throwing the ball. I want to see some passes here, and hopefully the Celtics tighten up.
You talk about the passing game. It's just been non-existent.
It really has.
And, sort of, he was really touting this wide receiver that no one knows about. Well, apparently the Celtics don't know about him yet either, because I don't think they've completed a pass. Hats off to the Rattler defense, but it's 1st and 10, 2 tight end set, double wide outs to the top, and there's a handoff to Tony Bruton. He goes over the right side for a huge gain of 12 yards, untouched for the first 6, made a man miss at the 31 and charged ahead to right at the 30-yard line. 1st and 10 Celtics, big play.
Yeah, definitely, and it looked like the Rattlers were a little confused on that play. They didn't know where they were going with the ball, and that's where the huge gain came in.
I'll tell you what, they've made a change. They put those 2 tight ends in, and it's made a real difference. They're not really catching the ball, but they're making some holes. But Hunter Folsom and Sam Kwiatkowski made the hole that time. Again, 2 tight end set. They run it again to the right side. What was the play on that? Dead ball. Another flag. Who was the flag on? My time. Referees called it on him. I'll tell you what, Mike Kelly is just beside himself. He's all the way inside the hash, inside the numbers on the sideline, just giving an earful. In the white cap, again, I don't know if he's got, getting paid by the hour or what, but they just called the play dead for nothing. There was no call, so we'll repeat it. 1st and 10, somebody needed to make an adjustment of some kind. Maybe he was checking his cell phone.
Definitely, that was really
I'm not
strange.
sure. This ref crew has been brutal tonight. All right, here we go. 1st and 10 from the Rattlers 30. The Celtics have the ball. Moving to our left. 2 wide receivers to the top. The Celtics go off. They fake the dive, and Red keeps it and is brought down for no gain.
And the defense just had a nice tackle there, man, and they read that play nicely.
It was nice. It's beautiful and nice.
Yeah, it was.
All right, so here goes. 8:25 left to go in the 3rd quarter. The Celtics have something going. It's 2nd and 10. They got a 1st down. This is their first possession of the second half. A score here changes the complexion of this ball game, obviously, because right now the Celtics trail by 11. The only points they've gotten has been on a safety. Red underneath the center. 2 tight end set. He rolls out to the left, to the right, gives it to King Corey, and he gains 7 yards. Again, they like something on the right side, and that time, Mason Peterbrink created a hole right there on the 2 gap, and they made that work.
What a drive by the Celtics. They're really running this game pretty nicely now.
3rd and 2. Something happened. Sertiman got on. Somebody on the offensive line has decided, hey, we can play with these boards. Here we go. 2 tight end set. Red underneath the center. He gives it on the dive. He turns ahead, and he's right at the sticks. Going to depend on the mark. It's either going to be 4th and about 1.5 inches or a 1st down right at the 20-yard line. Let's see where they mark it. They're going to call it short by, I guess, 6 inches. No longer than the football. You got to go for it here if you're the Celtics. Right there on the 20-yard line. This is in Nick's range. Nick Ryan can kick it from 40. Because if he kicked the field goal, this would be a 32-yard field goal. Sorry, 36-yard field goal. And now Coach Kelly is going to call a timeout, and the frustration is evident on his face. And we, too, are going to step aside. You are listening to Trinity High School football on WOCA The Source.
When you go into Automax, Marion County's #1 pre-owned dealer for over 15 years, you won't take the new car depreciation because Automax saves you thousands on late model vehicles. Browse the inventory online at automaxocala.com. Then come down to see the great vehicles and upfront pricing in person. Compare up to 60 models inside the climate control showroom. So take your time. No high pressure, no gimmicks, no games. On the corner of 17th and Easy Street. Automax. Quality cars, outlet prices.
Hey, this is Matt Wilkerson from Verizon. You work all day, right? So why would you want to spend your night out shopping for that new phone? Well, Marion County, let me and Verizon help you out. I can deliver to your home or office, saving you precious time. Phone, tablets, internet, home phones, even accessories. Whatever you need, we will deliver free of charge. Call me at the store, 352-528-0020. That's 528-0020.
Every single Saturday morning.
Welcome back to Belleview High School football. Trinity Catholic is on the move with 6:49 left to go in the third quarter. And Red's underneath the center, and it's 4th and inches. Oh, and the Bellevue Rattlers jump off sides. Free first down there for the Celtics. But we were talking about during the break, Chris, the Celtics had to go for that.
They definitely did. I mean, there was just 6 inches there. I mean,
you got to make that. You're
really
going to win
do.
this game. You're going to have to score.
Yeah.
Celtics run back to the line. 2 tight end set. They go again to the right. They give it to the up man. Oh, they didn't give it to the up man. They faked the dive, and the quarterback kept it, and he lost 2 yards. Not sure why he didn't give it to the up man, because the outside linebacker had pulled, and it was open, and now we have an injured player, and I'm not sure who that is. He's flat on the back, and he's grabbing his legs. Could be a cramp. It's a hot, humid night, and we are at the water break, and so we too are going to step aside. You're listening to Trinity Catholic Football on WOCA, The Source.
When you go into Automax, Marion County's #1 pre-owned dealer for over 15 years, you won't take the new car depreciation because Automax saves you thousands on late model vehicles. Browse the inventory online at automaxocala.com. Then come down to see the great vehicles and upfront pricing in person. Compare up to 60 models inside the climate control showroom. So take your time. No high pressure, no gimmicks, no games. On the corner of 17th and Easy Street. Automax. Quality cars, outlet prices.
Hey, this is Matt Wilkerson from Verizon. You work all day, right? So why would you want to spend your night out shopping for that new phone? Well, Marion County, let me and Verizon help you out. I can deliver to your home or office, saving you precious time. Phone, tablets, internet, home phones, even accessories. Whatever you need, we will deliver free of charge. Call me at the store, 352-528-0020. That's 528-0020.
Whether you're just starting out in your career or ready to make a change, being a commercial pilot is within your reach. The FAA has predicted that in the next few years, the number of planes in the sky will double, and that means a lot more jobs in aviation. Ocala Aviation has teamed up with an accredited university, enabling you to get a college degree in aviation while training to be a commercial pilot. And with options like financial aid, grants, and scholarships, it's never been a better time to get your new career in aviation started today. For more information, call me at Ocala Aviation, 352-861-7484.
Hang tough, baby. It's rodeo time in Ocala. The 35th annual Ocala Shrine Pro Rodeo returns September 1st and 2nd, 7:30 nightly. Witness America's #1 sport in the greatest show on dirt as cowboys ride to help children walk. It all happens rain or shine in the covered arena at the Southeastern Livestock Pavilion. For tickets and information, call 352-402-8808. Don't miss the rodeo in Ocala.
Welcome back to Belleview High School, and the Bellevue Rattlers are taking on the Trinity Catholic Celtics. 6:31 left to go here in the third quarter, and we are in the Automax red zone. This is the first time all night the Celtics have had the ball inside the Automax red zone. And it's 2nd and 14. And Red is underneath the center, split backfield, 2 tight end set. And they're going to give it to the dive, and he runs up the left side, and he breaks the tackle, and he's all the way inside the 8-yard line, and that's Calvin Neal. Now, it's going to set up 3rd and 5, and Chris, how many penalties have we had in the first half?
Well, Bellevue has 9, and the Celtics actually only have 2 to 3.
Wow. But those 9 have been costly for the Rattlers, and here we go. 3rd down and 4 inside the Automax red zone as the Celtics are driving. 3rd and 4. Big opportunity here for Red and the Celtics offense to get on track and get back into this football game. 2 tight ends. And they're going to give it to the up man again, and he runs ahead, and he's close to the first down, and I believe he got it. And that, of course, is Robert Lim. The kid's got talent. He can play wide receiver. He can play defensive end. He can play linebacker. He can play safety. He can play corner. He can play quarterback. He can play quarterback, and he can run the ball. And by the way, he's one heck of a punter.
What can he do?
Oh, he is a jack of all trades, and he's actually being recruited by several schools, including Louisiana Tech. So, and the kid is just built 6'1", just a specimen of a man. Again, Celtics come to the line, first and goal from the 5 in the Automax red zone. Fake option. King runs right up the middle and gets inside into the 2-yard line, and this is where the running gets tough with that big defensive line of the Rattlers.
That defense is just holding the Celtics really close.
And Kelly, the defensive coordinator, is way out on the line again for the Rattlers, as we are on the home side broadcasting the game, as the Celtics are going into the end zone on the left side. Now, Red lost his helmet on that play, which means he has to come out. Now here's another opportunity for Okan. Last time he touched the ball, he threw a pick. So hopefully he's gone away and forgotten that memory. And it's going to be second and goal in the Automax red zone from the 2.5-yard line. Okan goes to the line. Underneath the center, they set. And it's a fumbled snap, and he puts the ball on the ground, and the Rattlers have recovered. Okan drops the snap. The Rattlers make a huge snap. Rattler ball on the 3-yard line. Oh, my.
What a defensive play by the Rattlers.
Oh, I tell you what, Okan never got the snap. He tried to give it to the guy, and he fumbled 2 possessions, 2 turnovers. I think that quarterback competition is over.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's sad that they had to put him out, but they definitely need to keep King inside because he's making more plays.
Had no choice. Once your helmet is gone, you have to be removed from the game. That's a safety issue. And with everything we know about head injuries, it's the right decision. So, Rattlers have the ball, 3:58 left to go in the third quarter. Welsher's going to be in the shotgun in the pistol formation with Zion King to his left. He's standing inside his own end zone. And there's going to be another penalty, this time offsides, on the Trinity Catholic Celtics, and that's Tyreek Etienne. And that'll start first and 5.
And again, the Celtics are making tiny mistakes, and this is going to cost them
4 turnovers. That's not tiny. 4 turnovers, and they're down by 11. Man, oh man, they had a good drive going, had momentum.
They did.
All the momentum that shifted over to the other side. 1 bad play. You almost wonder if he should have called the timeout to get his quarterback in. Wilshire in the snap. Trying to draw the Celtics off sides. Calls an audible at the line. There's 3 wide receivers to the right side. And now they got a delay of game. Wow. The mistakes just keep on coming. You know, this is the greatest hit. Celtics give them 5 to get them out of the shadow of their end zone, and now they lose 5, and they're right back to where we started.
This is insane, man. This is really insane tonight.
Really sloppy football, and you expect that early on the season? Not this sloppy. Snap the ball. I'm not sure what Wilshire thought he had all day. 3 wide receivers to the bottom. Celtics fake a blitz. Lewis gets in there. He almost has it tail back in the end zone, but he manages to pull ahead for a gain of 4. A late hit, and that will be a 15-yard penalty on rim. Late hit, but I see 3 flags. I think it's all in the same play. There are 2 Celtics down as well, and it's just an ugly play all the way around. That's going to be a 15-yarder on the Celtics.
And that was a good run by the Rattlers there. Good game.
Yeah, Jalen Patterson busted up the outside. He was almost tackled in the end zone, and instead he was able to get 4 yards. In the wear and tear of this game, and in the interview I had, Coach Sturdivant talked about how hot it's been at practice this whole week, and how he felt that would be an advantage. They practiced on Monday morning because of the eclipse, and I think both teams are just wiped out. This is the kind of game that can have long-term impact for you, because next week the Bellevue Rattlers play Lake Weir, and the Celtics go down to Orlando. And that's a longer road trip. this is the kind of game that can carry over to that to see which one can recover hydration-wise.
Definitely, and hopefully they get things together and they can bring this lead down a little bit less. They're not too far away from tying up this game.
Okay, so what was the call? Now it's 1st and 10. The ball is on the 5-yard line. I guess it wasn't a personal foul. I don't know what the penalty was. The Whitecap is still discussing it. I do know this. It's 13-2 Rattlers. The ball right now, no, they're moving it. I don't know what they're doing. Okay, so they're going to put the ball 1st and 5. 1st and 10, I'm sorry, from the 5-yard line. How in the world did the ball get to there? Don't know. Maybe a holding? There's a Belleview coach next to me, and he has no idea. I have no idea. It had to have been holding, spot foul. Half the distance to the goal. Yeah. Holding, spot foul. Now they're also calling offsetting personal foul penalties just to up that number by 2 more. Again, physical football game, a lot of late hits, very, very chippy. The officials are calling it extremely tight, which, considering the amount of penalties, maybe that's a good thing. Bottom line, 1st and 10 from the 5, Rattler football. The Celtics fake blitz, they pop out of it. Wilshire's underneath the center, one tailback hits it. Zion King makes a move up the middle, breaks the tackle and gains 7 yards. Really nice run there behind Hintner, the right guard for Bellevue. 6'4", 300 pounds. If I'm a running back, I'll run behind that guy too.
Oh, definitely. And it looked like the Celtics were a little scrambled on that play.
2nd and 2. Big possession here for the Rattlers. See if they can move the football and get out of the shadow of their own end zone. I think we've had 7 plays and only one of them has counted so far. It's been kind of ridiculous. I know just a second ago we had 9 penalties for Bellevue and 2 for the Celtics, and it feels like that number has doubled in the last 2 minutes. Shotgun snap for Wilshire. He does a little toss to the right side, and that is brought down after a first down. Nice run there by Bellevue, and he turned something into nothing. I'm not sure who that is. They're getting some fresh legs in there, and that's John Heflin. He turned something into nothing, and now there's another Rattler down with a cramp. Another cramp. So we're going to step aside. You are listening to Trinity Catholic Football on WOCA, The Source.
Hey, this is Matt Wilkerson from Verizon. You work all day, right? So why would you want to spend your night out shopping for that new phone? Well, Marion County, let me and Verizon help you out. I can deliver to your home or office, saving you precious time. Phone, tablets, internet, home phones, even accessories. Whatever you need, we will deliver free of charge. Call me at the store, 352-528-0020. That's 528-0020.
When you go into Automax, Marion County's #1 pre-owned dealer for over 15 years, you won't take the new car depreciation because Automax saves you thousands on late model vehicles. Browse the inventory online at automaxocala.com. Then come down to see the great vehicles and upfront pricing in person. Compare up to 60 models inside the climate control showroom. So take your time. No high pressure, no gimmicks, no games. On the corner of 17th and Easy Street. Automax. Quality cars, outlet prices.
Whether you're just starting out in your career or ready to make a change, being a commercial pilot is within your reach. The FAA has predicted that in the next few years, the number of planes in the sky will double, and that means a lot more jobs in aviation. Ocala Aviation has teamed up with an accredited university, enabling you to get a college degree in aviation while training to be a commercial pilot. And with options like financial aid, grants, and scholarships, it's never been a better time to get your new career in aviation started today. For more information, call me at Ocala Aviation, 352-861-7484.
Here we are at Bellevue High School. The Rattlers have the ball 1st and 10 from their own 18-yard line. And there's a snap. Wilshire gives it over to Jalen Patterson. Patterson dances in the backfield and loses the yard. That'll set up 2nd and 11. The Rattlers come back to the line quickly. Pistol set. Wilshire in the shotgun. And that's going to be offsides on Lewis of the Celtics. That's going to set up 2nd and 7. Do you have anything, Chris?
I have nothing.
Okay. That's why we pay them the big bucks.
I agree.
All right. So it's going to be 2nd and 6 for the Rattlers. Now I'm very confused because it looks like they're spotting it from the wrong side. Oh my gosh, they called it on the Belleview Rattlers. Oh, how in the world was that? Lewis was offsides by light years, and somehow that was called on the Rattlers. Somebody must have moved a finger. Instead of 2nd and 7, it's going to set up 2nd and 17. Talking about a turn of events. And again, every time we have a play, we have a penalty.
Yep. And this is insane. I mean, this possession by the Rattlers, man, this offensive possession has been absolutely ridiculous. Like you said, they gain and then they lose.
You know, it's the crowd here in Bellevue is trying to get the wave going. That's just not going to happen. All right, and Welsher hands it up to the up back, and he runs right in the line for a gain of nothing. That's going to set up 3rd and 17. No flag on the play. That's something.
Definitely, that's a different game changer here.
This guy who's wearing a blue wig is trying to start the wave. Let's see if that happens. I don't give it much chance.
He's making an attempt.
He's trying. You gotta give him hope for the spirit. I'm not a big wave guy. Now the Whitecaps are going to talk again, and there's something about he's pointing to his chest as if it was his bat. Again, I guess they still haven't figured out where they're going after the game. I mean, this was like the 9th conference they had. Maybe they've never worked together. I don't know.
That's probably the case.
3rd and 17, though. Big play here for the Celtics defense. Let's see if they can get something going. Pistol set with one back off to the right is Birkenshire, and there's a blitz. Lewis right up the middle. He gets picked up, but there's pressure on Kelso. Oh, and it's almost picked off. He was rolling out to the right, had a man open in the flats, and Birkenshire dropped it, and it almost landed in the hands of the Celtics, and he could have danced his way into the end zone for 6. But instead, it's going to be 4th and 17.
And I'll take that all day. But like you said, man, that was great pressure by the Celtic defense, and the Rattlers had no execution on that. They had to scramble and throw something really quick, and it almost cost them a nice interception.
I'll tell you what, this Celtic defense has shut down this offensive line. Shut them down. Jordan Lewis just splitting the gaps and guessing right on the snap. That time he had help from Julian Thompson, who came in there and pressured the quarterback as well. Now Wilshire's going to punt. Another flag. Nope, he got it all. Horrible punt. That was about a 12-yard punt. It went out of bounds at the 30-yard line. So if you calculate it from the line of scrimmage, it was an 18-yard punt. They should have just gone for it.
I agree with you, Galen, because that was an ugly punt. And hopefully the Celtic offense comes down to the better play, man.
After you saw that punt, you see why the Rattlers had open tryouts this week for a kicker, and they found one. They're pretty excited about this young man, who they plucked off of the soccer field, and he'll be their starting kicker next week. That's so good a way. If you're going to play on a football team, miss training camp, miss all-season conditioning, miss the heat, join in September when it gets a little cooler.
I agree.
All right, here we go. Celtics come to the line, great field position again, 20 on their own, on the Rattlers 26. And there's a belly dive play to Corey King, and he gains 1 yard. And there's more after the play, pushing and shoving and talking about each other's mama after the play, and that'll set up 2nd and 9. And they're talking, I think, is there another flag? I see, yep, there's another flag.
Oh, man.
And again, it's going on the Rattlers. Dead ball, personal foul, 15-yard penalty. Is it going to be offsetting? No. 15-yard gain for the Celtics. Maybe the best thing for the Celtics to do is take a knee and wait for the Rattlers to just get a 15-yard penalty. That's been their best offense of the night. And they really gained 150 yards off the personal foul. Unbelievable how undisciplined this team is playing. So that's going to set up 1st and 10 from the 15. The yard markers are all messed up. Not sure what's going on because it should be a first down. The marker says second. First down marker is not there. Now they're set. So here we go. 1st and 10 from the 15 for the Celtics. That two tight end set is working. They are frustrating that defensive line and causing them to get these personal fouls. And there it is, the belly dive, and it's kept by Red instead of the belly dive. And again, that play has done nothing tonight. And that was maybe a yard by Red.
And this Celtic team really needed to stop with the ground game and maybe throw the ball because this Rattlers defense, they're figuring out the ground game completely, and they're stopping them. I mean, they're getting 1 yard per play, but you need to push it. And like you said earlier, the best plays that's been happening with these penalties for the Celtics. I mean, they've lucked out with the penalties, and that's the reason why they even got more yardage.
It's a horrible football game. This is not one of those where you're going to send it to, this isn't on the highlight clip unless you're the official. But you are listening to high school football right here on WOCA as we present the Friday night high school football game of the week. I'm Galen Unold, and I'm joined by Chris Lopez, who's a beautiful, nice man. And all year you're going to see us at Trinity Catholic High School. Hopefully Chris will join me. We'll see after he listens to the tape. He can show his face the next day to his girlfriend or whoever. Who was it? Okay, I got to tell the story because we have a break. Here's a guy. He's going to be my color guy. He shows up, and obviously he's a pilot, so he can't see very far. And he forgets his glasses. And he says, "Oh, you're going to expect me to read the numbers?" Yeah. So he makes that call frantically, and your glasses magically show up.
And that's a true story. And thankfully, I have a great friend that actually was willing to drive all the way back home and pick up my glasses.
Yeah, but that's a Dan Martone special because our other play-by-play guy backed out. I don't know where he is. Darren, I hope you're all right. All right, but here come the Celtics to the line. 2nd down and 14, and they're going to fake the belly. He bounces out to the outside. Leaf tries to break a tackle and instead loses a yard, and that's going to set up 3rd and 9.
And then the defense is just all over the Celtics tonight, man, and they really have got to come up with an answer with this defensive line.
Yeah, that was Robert Rim on the carry. He had just come out of the game for cramps, and he was back in there, 11:35 to go. We are in the final quarter of football, and the Celtics have had it on inside the 20-yard line, inside the Automax red zone, all second half. Let's see if they can punch one in here. Red comes underneath the center, split backfield. And there's the snap, and they fake it to the end man. They fake the pitch, and Red gets exactly nothing as he kept it, which was probably the better decision because there was nothing. He thought about giving it to Isaac General, and the General said, "No, Moss, don't give me the ball." So here we are, 4th and 9, and they're going to go for it, it looks like. Nope, they got the kicker in, Nick Ryan, who has been the man tonight. And they're going to kick it. Why not? I say kick it. Make this a 1-touchdown game, then you can go for 2 and tie it up. And let's be honest, the tie ball game is a win for the Celtics team.
Especially
right at the 20, so that'll make it a 30-yard kick is the hole. So well within his range. Nick kicked it last week in the rain, a 40-yarder. So here we go, Nick Ryan. Offside, looks like from the Rattlers, but it's a touch. It's good anyway. But it looked like the entire left side was offside, but obviously it was drawn because it is on the Celtics. They're going to back him up 5 yards, and Nick would have made that from 50. My man boomed it to the field house here at the Rattlers as they were kicking the ball to the right, which is north.
And what a kick by Nick Ryan. That was clearly a field goal.
My man's got a leg. And I like, as a former coach of his, I taught him a lot. We played flag football. He couldn't punt the ball 15 yards then.
Wow.
This was when he was in 8th grade.
And he's definitely improved over time.
Yeah, he loved to punt. All right, here we go. Now it's a 26-yard, and the kick is up. And it is just as good. And the Celtics get on the board via offense. And there is no flag on the play. He was thinking about it. It is 13-5. Celtics get on the board offensively. You are listening to Trinity High School football on WOCA The Source.
When you go into Automax, Marion County's #1 pre-owned dealer for over 15 years, you won't take the new car depreciation because Automax saves you thousands on late model vehicles. Browse the inventory online at automaxocala.com. Then come down to see the great vehicles and upfront pricing in person. Compare up to 60 models inside the climate control showroom. So take your time. No high pressure, no gimmicks, no games. On the corner of 17th and Easy Street. Automax. Quality cars, outlet prices.
Hey, this is Matt Wilkerson from Verizon. You work all day, right? So why would you want to spend your night out shopping for that new phone? Well, Marion County, let me and Verizon help you out. I can deliver to your home or office, saving you precious time. Phone, tablets, internet, home phones, even accessories. Whatever you need, we will deliver free of charge. Call me at the store, 352-528-0020. That's 528-0020.
And there's the kick by Nick Ryan, and it's received by Belleview right at the 11-yard line, and that is Jalen Patterson. He's got a hole up the middle. He breaks the tackle. He's to the 40, and he's met by a gang of Celtics at the 44-yard line. Not a good kick from Nick. Flat line drive, but a good return by the Rattlers. See if they can answer after these 5 unanswered points by the Celtics.
Definitely. What a run, man. That was incredible. He drew down that yard line, and he was 50.
You drew him down. All right. So the Rattlers are going to have the ball. 1st and 10 from the 45 as the lightning show continues to the west. As we face west, because the sun rises in the east.
That it does.
Sets in the west. And we know the sun's at it because we couldn't see for a good 30 minutes. Good thing it wasn't an eclipse. We'd have gone blind into that. All right. 1st and 10. The Rattlers have the ball on their own 45-yard line. 9:59 left to go in this ball game. 13-5 in the bottom of the 4th. And now we have a delay of game penalty on the Rattlers. I'll tell you what. Nope, they're calling delay of games. Oops. And that's going to set up 1st and 15 because why not have another penalty? I mean, it's like a BOGO out there. Buy one, get one free.
It really is. Tonight's game was... It is sloppy tonight.
Yeah.
It really is.
All right, here we go. Welcher in the pistol. This time he's going to go quicker. He gets the snap, fakes a handoff, rolls out, throws it to the right side, and it is almost caught. But no flag, and that was intended for... Who was that intended for? It was intended for Desmond Daly. He wanted a flag with good coverage.
Oh, man, that was beautiful coverage.
By Alejandro Ocon. He's a quarterback who hasn't played that well on the offensive side of the ball, but defensively he was there. You know, I've got it Ocon and I have it Ocan. I'm going to go with Ocon, though. That sounds better. All right, here we go. 2nd and 15 for the Rattlers. And there's a snap. They're going to give it to the back, who's met in the backfield a loss of 2 yards by a gang of Celtics.
And it looks like the Celtic defense has tightened up better. And whatever the coach said at halftime, they've really come out in the second half and brought it on the table.
Yeah, you are not kidding. They are shooting that gap, guessing right. That offensive line has been non-existent outside of penalties and silly mistakes in the second half. And this is what I kind of expected from the Celtics defense. What we haven't done is score.
Exactly.
All right, here we go. 3 wide receivers to the top. Let's see if Bellevue can complete a pass. They're looking. He's looking downfield. It's got time. They threw a little screen in the middle, and it's dropped. That ball was going nowhere. That would have been well short if even caught. But it was dropped by Dakota Fairburn.
And that coverage was just all over on them.
A lot of drop passes by Bellevue, a lot of personal fouls. It's shocking, if you were to not look at the scoreboard, to believe that Bellevue is somehow winning this football game. I mean, the reason they're winning is because of the 4 turnovers by Trinity. I mean, Trinity is knocking on the door twice, and they turn it over. They've got to take care of the football here. And we'll see if Red can do something. And there's the punt, another poor punt. Nice and high, though. And it lands right at the Celtic 43. Takes a bounce backwards. Goes out of bounds right at the 45. So another, look at them, 28 yards on that punt. It'll be 1st and 10, Celtics. From their 45. Good field position, 8:58 left to go. They're down by 8 points. They need a score and a 2-point conversion. Plenty of time.
Definitely. And then let's see if the offense could do something here on this play.
Well, they're going to take the huddle from the sideline. They need to hurry. There's a lot of penalties in this game. It looks like Red is going to take the snap. Calvin Neal will be on the left side with Montez Leaf. In the backfield is going to be Tony Bruton and Christian Torres. And there, this time there's going to roll out to the left. He throws it. He's got a guy, and it is caught, and a flag on the play. 2 flags. That's going to be defensive pass interference, but it doesn't matter because Calvin Neal came back and made one heck of a move on the ball to catch that.
Definitely, and what a play by the Celtics. They finally stopped with the ground play, and that pass play worked perfectly.
Well, they're bringing this ball all the way back to the line of scrimmage, but the flag is 30 yards downfield. What in the world is the call now?
What is going on tonight?
Roughing the passer, Rattlers. Pass interference, Rattlers. I guess it's cumulative. I don't know why you wouldn't take the ball because the ball was completed at the 31.
It definitely was completed on the 31.
It would have been 1st and 10 from the 31, but instead they're going to accept the penalty. How far is he going to walk? He's at the 40. I don't understand why you wouldn't take it at the 31. Why wouldn't you decline that penalty? Why wouldn't you decline that penalty?
I have no idea.
Maybe he didn't catch it. I thought it was a catch. That doesn't make any sense. All right. 1st and 10. Hold on. This doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Now the officials are going to discuss it. I think they're going to put this ball at the 31. Why not take that 9 yards?
It definitely belongs on the 31. I believe it was a completion, but I guess they saw otherwise.
Maybe it wasn't complete. Roughing the passer. Okay. I guess it wasn't a catch, but they marked it down. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't a catch. A lot of discussion on the field. Not sure what's going on. Mike Kelly wants an explanation from the official. He's had a frustrated game. I'm pretty sure his review of this officiating crew will not be good. He's asking for an explanation, not getting it. And here we go. Underneath center, there's a throw to the slot receiver. Lewis breaks the tackle, gets a block, and gets tripped up and is knocked down at the 32. Nice hit there by the Rattlers.
Oh, yes, it was. And again, that was just a nice play by the Celtics. They saw the coverage, and they made a nice execution play on there.
Jalen Patterson came up and said hello to Mr. Lewis. He had one man to beat, and Patterson said, "You won't beat me." So now it'll be 2nd and 3, 8:24 left to go in the final quarter. Trinity Catholic Celtics are driving. They're starting to throw the ball. The momentum is moving. That defensive end has been on the field a long time here in the second half, and it is hot, humid, and Red's underneath the center. He fakes it, gets it to the deep man, and he just falls ahead for half a yard. And, again, that was Brady Perez. Maybe they're just going after some fresh legs because he didn't do much with the football, but he didn't fumble.
No, at least not that time.
And you know, if they gain another 5 or 6 yards, they could kick another field goal, and then they're within 8, or within 5, I mean, and that's a potential play.
Definitely.
With 7:20 left to go, that is on the table, 3rd and 4 here. Got to get the first down first. All right, let's see if they decide to run it right at the field. And there it is, and they're going to fake it to the up man and throw it to the right side to Leaf, and it is almost picked off. Montez Leaf made one heck of a play on the ball because that should have been picked.
Yes, it should have, and that was a sketch throw right there, but great coverage by the Rattlers.
I'll tell you what, Coach Kelly is losing his mind on the sidelines because he feels that should have been pass interference. I mean, he's 15 yards onto the field, screaming and hollering. He's lucky he's not getting a personal foul here.
seriously.
And I don't think he's wrong. I think there was offensive pass interference.
Yeah.
But they didn't call it. Celtics come back to the line, and they're going to go for it. So here we are, 4th and a long 3. Biggest play of the game here. Right here. They make this their turn. There they go. They give it to the up hand. He pulls ahead, but he's going to be well short, a good half-yard short. It'll be a turnover on downs. Rattler football. They had no choice. They had to go for it. Rely on this defense. It'll be 1st and 10, Rattlers from the 10.
And the defense came through with that final play there.
Now, Coach Kelly is giving the official a hug, saying, please, I'll bring you over for Thanksgiving dinner. My wife makes a beautiful turkey. Guy is coaching with a ton of passion and talking to him today in the locker room. He loves football. And it's so good to see. Bellevue needs this kind of passion. All right, so here we go. Wilshire's back underneath the center. He gives it to the running back runs straight ahead, hits a man, and turns the point, and it's a fumble. It's a fumble, but they're going to say it was down on contact after a 5-yard gain. 2nd and 5. Ocon was off to the races, but it was down. Anything, Chris?
This is an intense game, man. The Celtics are doing better on defense.
You're over here patient. Sure. You got to talk. All right, 2nd and 5. 6:38 left to go in the game. Wilshire's in the deep shotgun, and Lewis tries to steal the snap count and is way offsides. And the official here at the bottom throws his flag because he hasn't thrown it in 3 plays. So that'll be a 1st and 10 now from the 42-yard line for the Rattlers.
And again, that was a silly mistake by Lewis there.
Not a bad idea. He's been trying to guess on that snap count. He's been right several times. But now we're going to go to the water break. You are listening to Trinity Catholic. Oh, hold on. They're going to wait a play and then do it. Nope, they decided to do it. Water break. Brought to you by Verizon Wireless, authorized retailer Matt Wilkerson, where he comes to you in Marion County. Chris, let's just keep it here for a second. What can the Celtics do here? Down 8, 6:31 left to go in this ballgame.
In my opinion, they need to really focus on more of their offense. Their defense is coming through in this second half. They need to just make sure the Rattlers don't. The passing game for the Rattlers has been beautiful by far compared to the Celtics. But if they really want to win this game, they really need to tighten up on their offense. The defense Celtics team is. The second half, they've really shown on the table and on the field tonight.
Yeah, I think the Rattlers have completed 2 passes, and in the second half, they haven't done a whole lot at all. They've moved the football on penalties only, and that Celtics defense is coming to play. Problem is that offense needs the football to score, because I think the Rattlers are just going to run the football here.
Yeah, and just waste that time, because, I mean, they've got the lead. Why not, right?
Yeah.
And it's been working for the entire game.
Sure. All right, here we go. 6:31 left to go in this football game. 1st and 10. Wilshire's going to be in the shotgun snap. 3 wide receivers to the left side. Zion King is standing next to him on his left. Oh, and Lewis is offside again. He guessed and guessed and guessed. And Wilshire said, hey, I'm not going to snap the ball, son, because I know you're guessing. Sturdivant's not happy about it. That's going to be 1st and 5. This is no way to get the football back.
Yeah, maybe he should just be a little bit more patient on that.
That's good advice. That's Captain Obvious good advice. All right, here we go. 1st and 5. Lewis cheats up. This time doesn't jump offside. But there's a good run, and he gains right at the stick. Good surge there by the offensive line. And that's going to get him a 1st down. Penalties are hurting. No obvious comments or anything? Chris, nothing? Not for now. Okay. Want to make sure you get your opportunity. The Rattlers are going to go quick here. 1st and 10 from the Celtic 47. They're taking the line at the line of scrimmage now. They're not going on go. They make an audible. He's going to drop pass, toss it to the left side. There's a hold that didn't get called. Nice open field tackle by Tyreek Etienne. Heck of a football play there for no gain.
Definitely, and he read that play nicely and executed on point.
That's a new word, on point. I like that. Wasn't nice, wasn't beautiful, it was on point.
It was on point.
2nd and 10. Coach Sturdivant turning on his troops, cheering them on, saying, come on, give me the football. 5:13 left to go. 2nd and 10. Wilshire again deep. They send a man in motion. They fake him to the, he kept it on the jet sweep. He runs to the right side. Oh, a fumble. Oh, and he fumbled. That's a fumble. And he was lit up. They're going to say the ground caused the fumble. But wow. Let me try to break this down. Robert Lim came up. Michael Henderson had it on a jet sweep. Went to the right side. Robert Lim came from about 10 yards out. Henderson tried to hurdle him, aimed it up about 5 yards in the air with his feet, another 5 feet above his head, and just landed. The ball popped out. They're going to say the ground calls a fumble. Bottom line, loss of 3 on the play. 3rd and 13. And there it is. He looks right, throws it over the middle, and it's incomplete. That's going to be a 4th and 13. The Celtics will get the ball back here, it looks like, with 4 minutes and 16 seconds left, down by 8. Here we go. Big stop there by the defense. No penalties. Raptors can't move the football.
And that was just a nice pass. I mean, it was a little hard there, and you couldn't grab it onto it, but again, that was a nice look.
Well covered by the Celtics, and just couldn't execute the pass. Robert Lim is going to take this ball back. This is a big opportunity because Wilshire is the punter, and his average punt's been about 18 yards. They're missing people in the front line. Oh, that should have been blocked. Good kick for Wilshire. It's received at the 24 by Rim. He breaks to the right side, gets a block. He's got the line, but they're going to call block in the black. This is coming back. Rim's going to take it all the way down to the end zone, but it's coming back. Block in the black on the 29-yard line. I didn't see it, but the refs saw something, and they hadn't called a penalty in 3 plays. They felt their quota was due. Brutal game. Brutal game by this officiating crew. I hope the state of Florida is reviewing this tape because a lot of non-calls that they're calling. That's a game changer. That was not a block in the back. There's been pass interferences they haven't called, questionable unsportsmanlike conduct. But it's going to be a 10-yard penalty from the 29. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Celtics all the way back at the 19-yard line.
And that is just sad because that was one hell of a run by him.
Yeah, now Sturdivant is all the way inside the hash marks trying to get a word with that official. Both of these coaches are incredibly frustrated by the officiating tonight. You hope that they don't call their name all game, but we have called in every other play. I don't know who they are, but they have not done a good job tonight.
And I couldn't agree anymore. I mean, that was a silly call.
Man.
And that was just a phenomenal run by him.
All right, got an update from the Forest Wildcats. And Westport 24-16 Forest with 2 minutes left in the game. Here at Bellevue, it is 13-5 with 3 minutes and 57 seconds left. Here we go, 2 tight end sets for the Celtics. Red underneath the center. He fakes the toss. He looks right. Now scrambles to his left. Has a man. He should keep it. Towards the daylight. Oh, and he decides to throw just a wounded duck. It's going to be a flag because he was past the line of scrimmage. Not a smart play there by the young man. The junior still has a lot of growing up to do.
And I don't get it. I didn't think he saw Monteith lead wide open number 11 on the 40. Could have gone all the way to the end zone if he would have just started to him.
It's going to be an illegal forward pass. Could be a past the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of down and a 10-yard penalty. So it'll be 2nd down and 20, 3:47 left to go. He throws that ball 2 seconds earlier. He's got a man wide open. We call that play we call it walling. So they fake it and then they roll out to the left. Tight end runs a corner route. But in this case, he had 2 wide receivers top. One runs a post, one runs a slant. The slant was open. He just didn't get it to him.
And
they run that to the right. It's called war, and you just reverse it. It's the best play the senior Wolfpack run. Tight ends open in the end zone every time. All right, here we go. 2nd and 15. Only a 5-yard penalty on the play. 3:47 left to go. Red underneath the center. Twin backs. He drops back the pass. Looks right in, is covered. and somehow comes out of a mass of Rattlers to salvage only a 5-yard loss instead of a 7-yard loss. 3rd and from here to my house. 3rd and 20. What do you do? 3:25 left to go. You go for it on 4th, the way this defense is playing, or do you put the ball in Nick Ryan's hands, let him kick one, and try to flip the field position?
It's a tough call, man. I mean, the Celtics have been playing great defense, but let's see if the offense can make something happen here.
You said they haven't played great defense?
No, they definitely have.
Right.
Yeah.
Just wanted to check.
Oh, no. This halftime, Celtics are owning defense.
All right. Trick wide receivers. No tight end, 2 backs. Red drops back the pass. He runs out of time. He throws one up to the center fielder, and it's caught by the Rattlers, and he's at the 30. He's running the back. He's got a block. He gets to the 8 and is run out of bounds at the 12-yard line. And there's a flag on the play. Get ball. Roughing the passer. Automatic first down, Celtics. Woo! Dodging bullets, baby.
Definitely. That was a bullet they dodged big time. That was a horrible throw, and the Rattlers defense.
Horrible throw. I don't know if that was impacted by the throw, but horrible call.
Definitely.
Bad call. I mean, I know I'm calling this game for the Celtics, but Lord, make a decent call. That is a ridiculously bad call. So Red had rolled out to his left. He threw the ball to the center hash, and it was a duck, and as he was throwing it, he got hit. I'm not sure if there's some extracurricular activity, if he hit him with his helmet.